What a bloody surprise. Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. I hope you're all doing really well. This is a big game. It could be one of the last games we get to watch for quite a while, because I think we all know what's coming, don't we? But we have got a game of football tonight. It will go ahead. It won't be postponed. It won't be behind closed doors. It's a traditional football match. And Liverpool are chasing Atletico Madrid down after that 1-0 win in Madrid for Atletico Madrid. Do you think that Atletico Madrid can get this job done against Liverpool tonight with a 1-0 lead? I said it when we watched it a few weeks ago. I just don't think they can. I really don't think they can. I think Liverpool are going to go at them like a train, and I think that Atletico Madrid will try and defend, and I think that plays into Liverpool's hands. I think Atletico Madrid have got to have something on the break. They've got to have some plan on the break to try and score goals. If Atletico Madrid score, it makes it very different. Paul Gray says it will go to penalties. Come on Madrid, says Andrew Hall, and Liverpool, says Sasu, and just got told school is closed for 2 weeks, says Omar Galul P. Well, just binge Mark Goldbridge channel like this. I would say that if you've never watched the Mark Goldbridge channel, which is not football related, each video is about half an hour long, and I've probably done about a week's worth. So that's your first week done, and then just go through That's Football FIFA career modes, yeah, and I'll do a new one. So there's loads. We'll keep you entertained. Don't worry, unless I get it, and then we're all screwed. But Atletico are going to park the bus. Not. That's what they're going to do, says A. And a lot of people wanted Atletico to win. But look, I think Liverpool will win. They are the holders. They are the best team in England at the moment. And they have only got one goal. But they've got to be careful on the break, as I said. So let's go through the team news. Adrian in goal. Obviously, Alisson was always going to miss this game with injury. Fabinho's on the bench, which I think is interesting. I'm a big fan of Fabinho. Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson. I think that is Liverpool's best back four. I'm a big fan of Gomez. Midfield three of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson and Wijnaldum. I don't know how long Henderson's been back, but I think he will make a difference. And then Salah, Firmino and... I was going to call him Salinho. Salah, Firmino and Mane. So no place for Fabinho. He's on the bench. Milner's on the bench. Minamino's on the bench. Lallana's on the bench. Lonergan's on the bench. Origi's on the bench. And Matip is on the bench. A very strong Liverpool team. You could see Fabinho starting. You could see Matip starting. So yeah, they've got a strong team out there tonight. Atletico Madrid are black. He's going to have a very good game. Kieran Trippier, remember him at right back. Savic, Felipe and Dos Santos. Correa, Saul Niguez, Partey, Coke and Diego Costa and Seguera. Partey one to watch out for. Saul Niguez one to watch out for. Costa, I think, has he still got it? And then on their bench, they've got Adon, Jimenez, Morata, Lemar, Llorente, Carrasco and... I can't pronounce the name of that guy. So there we go. But decent benches for both teams. Atletico Madrid, how are they going to do? I don't think Liverpool have been playing amazing football for months now. I feel like this looks like a typical sit back and hit on the break Madrid win, says Red Baron. Look, you know what? I think Liverpool have been fantastic this season, but enough blowing air up their ass. This is a Manchester United fan talking. I would love to see them go out. So I hope Atletico Madrid can do it. I really do. But I just don't think they will be able to. I really don't. But we'll see. Sicaro is João Felix, by the way, says Ernie Ferre, which many people may not have known, including myself. I was just about to ask, where's João Felix again? So thank you very much for that one. You've just solved a problem and stopped me going on about something and making myself look an idiot. So number 7 is João Felix, who they didn't have in the first leg, which makes it very, 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 very interesting. Please do subscribe if you're new. Let's just have a quick look at... let's have a quick look at how we're doing for subscribers. 127,500. So we could hit 128,000 tonight. Please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're on that road to 128. Mark, look up Walton and Hersham run by 19-year-olds, says Thomas Bradbury. Okay, and Atletico are going to go through, says Mohamed Daha. And does anybody like my content, says Kenzor. And Sancho News Mark says, I don't know any Sancho news. Liverpool lose 2-1, says Benjamin Bray. Remember, if Liverpool do lose 2-1, they would be out. They didn't get an away goal themselves, so they have got an issue with that. If I was Liverpool, and I think the way Liverpool approach this, if I was Klopp and Liverpool, I would just try and play this game 100 mile an hour and just try and overwhelm them like they did Barcelona. And I think that's the fear, isn't it? You always expect Liverpool at Anfield to do that, to be honest with you. So I think that's probably that's what I'm expecting. Luke Sweetenham says, Fleck's question in the press conference was great, fair play. Yeah, we did discuss it together, but he delivered it perfectly. I'll take an assist on that one. It was very, very good.
First question for yourself, and then the second is Scott. We've seen Tai Chong commit.
Interesting. Interesting. How are we feeling about you know what, Adam Wilkinson? I think you know what is the thing. I'm just going to call it you know what because I think it's had a lot of. We can discuss it. We spoke about it last night. I think that we are getting very, very close to football being stopped, aren't we? I think we are. I think we've got to be open to that. We are getting close to it being stopped. How long that will go on for, I don't know, but I do think that will happen. So please subscribe to the channel if you're new, because what we will do on here, I've already got plans in place. If they do stop football for a period of time, we'll be doing Football Manager, FIFA career modes, everything like that to keep a little bit of excitement going. I've even thought I might do a specific FIFA career mode where I only play the games on a Wednesday and a Saturday, extended sort of thing. Try and make it a little bit of build up. I'm not going to go as far as doing previews and shit like that, but you know what I mean. Make it a little bit more in depth because we'll have a lot of time. Mark, since 2 Europa League games got cancelled, how will Europa League handle replacing games in the next round? Says Tony Bain. As I said there, Tony, I think what we're seeing here is just that they're just. We're winding down. It's a race that we know is going to end. It's like you can sprint to the end or you can just jog to the end. And I think at the moment, the game tonight, the games tomorrow, maybe a few games at the weekend, we're just jogging towards a finish line that maybe Serie A is already at and some teams are already at. Their football is going to stop. It's inevitable. We're not going to get a hold of this, that we can't stop that. And I tell you what, I know people who would be looking at that screen like I am there in Anfield and going, this is bloody ridiculous. We've got this thing going round and then you've got however many thousand people just stood in close proximity. That to the eyes of some medical experts will be bleach to see that. Not just because they're Liverpool fans as well, but also because the risks when you've got, somebody who could be spreading it stuff around. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I think that's coming. Do I want Liverpool to go through, says Sebastian Bodry? Yes. Like I want to bleach my eyes, like I said. No, I don't want Liverpool to go through. I can sort of professionally respect what Liverpool have done this season. They deserve to win the title, but I'd rather Arsenal win the title. I can't, Liverpool are our biggest rival at Manchester United, and that means something. So no, I don't want them to go through at all. I want Atletico Madrid to go through. 2-2 and Liverpool out, says Teflon Don. So any draw, Liverpool are out. Any win by only one goal and Liverpool are out, unless it's 1-0 and then it's extra time. So Liverpool have got to win by 2 clear goals to go through tonight, which I think it's massively achievable. Did you watch Sven-Göran Eriksson on Sky Sports? What's there to say? Says. I didn't, because I've got to be honest, Sven-Göran Eriksson to me is one of the most irritating managers of my football career, because I just think he wasted England, and everyone sort of looks back on him as, the Sven years, they were great. I remember the Sven years. I remember them well. I had a good grasp of football in those years, and he absolutely blew it because he was a bottler. I mean, let's remember, World Cup quarter-final in Japan, Brazil win it. World Cup quarter-final in Japan, we're 1-0 down to Brazil. No, we were 1-0 up against Brazil, actually. Were we 1-0 up? Yeah, we were 1-0 up against Brazil. We allowed them to get back to 2-1 because of Spunky Seaman. And then, that was the name of the goalkeeper, David. And Ronaldinho gets sent off. We played for a very long time against 10 men and we couldn't do anything. And that was the golden generation. We should have won a tournament with those players. We definitely should have won a tournament with those players. So I haven't got a lot of time for Eriksson. I think he was a media darling and a bit of a prat as a manager. And I lived the time. So anybody who says any different, I would argue it with you. I don't think he did a very good job. Bite it. Don't fight it. Why is that not working there then? What do I want to do with this? There we go. Come on. Shambon. Mark, thoughts on Celtic striker Edouard? He would be perfect fit. I think he is a sort of player to come to the Premier League and do quite well, to be honest. I mean, one thing I said today, I don't know what anybody else thinks. I think this is more a better discussion point for people than it probably is for the United stand. I mean, what I said today about what I would do if I was in charge, I would stop football now for 6 weeks. I would restart football in 6 weeks' time, where we are now, Europa League, Champions League, Premier League. Obviously, the season's not going to finish in May, it would finish in June, but you cancel the Euros till next summer, you play the season through till June, you have 6 weeks off, but what you also do is you start the transfer window from next week. So when you stop the football, you start the transfer window, so that, you know, it's almost like we bring the summer forward now for 6 weeks, then we restart the Premier League so we can finish it in June, give them another mini summer break because no one will go on tour, and then start another season in August. I think you've just got to think outside the box, but you could start the transfer window now. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? But it's too outside the box for everybody to do that. I think it would be a great idea. João Felix and Diego Costa up front. Mark, what do you think about Jack Grealish to go to Man United's Horizon Football? I think a lot of it depends on what happens with Paul Pogba, doesn't it? But we are very close to kick-off now. We're 1 minute away from kick-off. Thanks everyone who's watching. Please do share the video if you're watching and subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're going to try and get that number up to 128,000 tonight. There will be a new FIFA career mode starting very, very soon, which is probably going to be a very important FIFA career mode. If football stops, this could be your sort of daily fix of football. So subscribe, get your notifications on, and join the community. Come on, Atletico, says Peter. Atletico Madrid to kick it off. I'm excited to see João Felix actually, see just how well he does at against the Premier League side. We've not really seen much of him, and we've seen a bit of him here, and this could be 1-0. Side netting, big chance for Atletico Madrid straight away there. João Felix splitting the Liverpool defence. Diego Costa gets through, has a bad touch, still gets the shot away, is onside. If he gets that in front of it, imagine if that had gone in. Imagine if that had gone in. Liverpool would have been in all sorts of trouble. That almost could be a moment that we look back on and say, imagine if that went in. Because if that went in, Liverpool would have to score 3. Massive chance that for Atletico Madrid. He just couldn't get it out of his feet quick enough. Keno says, what's your thoughts on Celtic getting 10 in a row? I think it's bad for your league, mate. I think it's not Celtic's fault, but it's bad for your league. It's a monopoly. It's monotonous, isn't it? It's boring. Like, there's no real competition for Celtic. I think that's the problem, and it just belittles what you do in a sense, because you've got the bigger grounds, you've got the bigger resources, you've got the better players. It's a little bit like PSG in France, isn't it? It's meaningless in a way. It's not meaningless to you, obviously, as a Celtic fan. I know a lot of Celtic fans, but I feel for you, really. I think your league's better if you had a very good Rangers and even, maybe another team that was decent. But Atletico Madrid starting off this game a little bit better than I thought they would. I mean, let's not forget, Liverpool haven't been great in the last month or so, but they'll want to get hold of this game and start bossing it soon. I take it PSG and Dortmund are actually playing. I was going to watch the highlights of that later. I mean, it's such a shame, isn't it? Because I really do. It's 0-0. They are playing. I really do look forward to this period of football. The Champions League, the Europa League knockout stage. It's all, I do like European football. I think about European football back to, I'll tell you a story actually. I remember being probably, I would have been about 15 years of age, and I don't know whether they do it anymore. The week, they might not do it where in the country you are. They might not even do it anymore, or people might not remember it. But they used to do this thing when you're in your final year at school. You go and do a week's work experience, and you can arrange it yourself, or the school will do it for you. And I went to school in Nottingham, and I basically spoke to the careers advisor and said I want to go and do a week's work experience with Manchester United. And they said we might struggle to do that because one, it's Manchester United, and two, you live in rural Nottingham. And I was like, well, see what you can get me. And the next week they said, we've got you something, I think you're going to be really excited. I was like, yes, I'm going to have a week with Sir Alex. No, Grantham Town. So I went to this non-league club on work experience for a week. Liverpool, that's going to go out. He's kept it in. Well done, Robertson. Hold on a minute, we'll come back to that. Oh, it's all right. So I went on a week's work experience to Grantham Town, and I used to have to get the train every morning to go. So I used to buy myself, I felt like quite grown up going on the train, and I got used to buy myself a paper, The Sun, probably. No, I wouldn't. Even then I wouldn't have bought The Sun, Daily Mirror. And European football used to have UEFA League, Europa League. I think it used to be UEFA Cup was on a Tuesday, Wednesday was European Cup, and Thursday was Cup Winners' Cup. And I remember thinking, oh, it's football every night this week. It was around that time when Arsenal were... No, it couldn't have been then, because I think that was earlier than that. But yeah, it just made me think Cup Winners' Cup on a Thursday, European Cup on a Wednesday, and Tuesday night was UEFA Cup. None of this Tuesday, Wednesday. Dan 11 went on a work experience to a football club. I didn't go to Notts County Football Club, Eagle. They couldn't even get me that. Grantham Town. I've never heard of them since. Do you like Aberdeen, Mark? Says Will. I do like Aberdeen. I used to always play as Aberdeen on Sensible Soccer in the 90s. Ooh, I tell you what, I thought that was going to be a goal. Cross came in, Wijnaldum flicked it, but it's straight at Oblak. First real chance for Liverpool there. Got quite a bit of power on it considering, but it's not got the direction. Trent Alexander-Arnold again, decent cross. Good header by Wijnaldum, but Oblak's not going to have any problems with that. Who's going to go down in the Premier League? Zach Bradshaw. I would say that... God, Atletico Madrid are pinging it around quite nicely here. Oh, go on, keep going. They're having a go. Did Fergie used to do half-time interviews in the Champions League, says Clive Kennedy? Yes, that's a real blast from the past. That is. That I don't even know when that stopped. What a good comment that is. Yeah. So you basically it used to be ITV, didn't it? And just before they came out at half-time, they'd grab a word with the manager and what are you thinking about the second half? Yeah, you don't get that anymore. I used to love that. They used to grab him just before the start of the second half in the tunnel and talk about the first half and what we need to do in the second half. It was great. That must have stopped quite well. Not I say recently. I can't remember the last time it used to happen, but maybe it just went when ITV stopped having Champions League. Who do you think is going to get relegated? Norwich, Villa, unfortunately. What a run by Chamberlain, but not a great cross. Yeah, Norwich will go down. I think Villa might go down. I'd like Brighton to go down, but I don't know. I think they're going to stay up. That would mean Arsenal beating them at the weekend, and of course I want Brighton to win. Just on the Arsenal, just a little bit of a story on the Arsenal. Obviously they were meant to be playing Manchester City tonight. It got postponed because of you know what. The story behind that is that the Olympiacos chairman, who also owns Forest, at the weekend said that he'd tested positive. So because he'd been around some Arsenal players 2 weeks ago, they had to cancel the game tonight in case they were infectious, and tomorrow would be 2 weeks, so they can still play against Brighton at the weekend. Clive Kennedy says, thanks, I thought I was going mad. No, I very much remember that. Liverpool settled into this game better now. I think Atletico Madrid, with a half decent chance in the first few seconds, but they've not really done anything since. But they look like they look capable, Atletico Madrid. And they're certainly not letting that first 20 minutes Liverpool blast you at Anfield Champions League night thing kick in. And Cindy Collector says, is your name Cindy Collector because you collect Cindy doll? You know, the Poundland version of Barbie. I shouldn't even know that. But the Cindy Collector says, do you remember the coach trip interview on the bus on FA Cup final day? I used to love FA Cup final day when I was growing up. Was the big thing. FA Cup final was the big thing because Europe, we weren't in Europe because of a certain team playing tonight. We weren't in Europe in the late 80s, so you never watched European football. So the FA Cup was the big thing. Oh, Atletico Madrid there again. Half chance for Trippier to cut the cross back. Couldn't quite keep it in. So Liverpool, I think Atletico Madrid have shown that they've got quality. Neymar's injured, says Louise O'Donoghue. He's mistimed that. He normally needs to be injured before this for his sister's birthday. His sister's birthday is always at the start of March, isn't he? So he's missed out there. Maybe they've arranged it so that they have a late birthday present this year. Yeah, Liverpool got everyone in England banned because of what happened in Heysel, didn't they, against Juventus? And everybody got banned because of that. It's a nice little ball in there, but good covering from Gomez. Well, really good play by Joe Gomez to cover the pass that had got in behind Van Dijk, and Felix was running onto it. Do you like haggis? I've never had it, but I probably would like it if I didn't know what it was. This game's good. It's got a really good pace to it, you know. It's far better than the game last night. Atletico Madrid actually look quite decent on the ball. They're not just sitting back and parking the bus. They've got some decent players, and Liverpool are going to have to work for it tonight. Good play by Mane there. Now Liverpool, they're going to have a 2v1 here. Salah over the bar, bit greedy. Maybe a bit of a tester. Who's the better team so far, says Liam Adams. I'd say Liverpool are probably just shading it, but not by any majority. It's been a good game. I'm excited about this one. I think Atletico Madrid maybe could give it a good go. What's my favourite Champions League win for United? Stephen Diak, 99. I think it's sad that there'll be a lot of people who are United fans who weren't even born for it, but don't even remember it. I just saw something there that really intrigued me. JJ Powell, he says, Mark, do a Narcos PS4 watch along. What's a Narcos PS4 watch along? That suggests that there's a game of Narcos, which I know there isn't. Mark, which atmosphere was better? Salah's again. Henderson, wide. Which atmosphere was better? United in 2008 or this current Liverpool atmosphere? What are your thoughts? For me, you can't beat Old Trafford 2008, says Jay-Z. Look, to be honest with you, I think United, when it's rocking, is absolutely amazing because that's our club, isn't it? But I'm not going to lie and say that I think the two best grounds in England, especially, it always seems to be the European nights, isn't it? Because you're looking for that intimidation. Anfield and Old Trafford, when they get going, are brilliant. That's why we always argue with Liverpool about atmosphere. But the reality is, the atmospheres at Liverpool, at Anfield and Old Trafford, are far better than any other ground. They're absolutely amazing, especially on those European nights. They can be a cauldron. So I think to say I'm obviously going to say our atmosphere is better, but it is a decent atmosphere at Liverpool. And I've seen Liverpool do. I've watched Liverpool do Real Madrid. You know, I know they battered Liverpool last season, but I remember them battering Real Madrid here as well. First F1 race this weekend, says Luca Cantarelli. I really do like the F1, really, but that's going to get cancelled at some point. And Ellis says that all the schools in Denmark are shut down. Got the city on lockdown. Kenzel says Celtic has got the best atmosphere in the world, no question. Problem is, no one else is watching it, are they? Only Celtic fans. And Narcos Rise of the Cartels. I'm going to have to have a look at this. What's all this about? There is a game called Narcos Rise of the Cartels. It's not got a very good rating though, has it? 6 out of 10. Doesn't look that great. Yeah. So, only 13 minutes gone in this game. It's very, very intriguingly poised. Salah, little dink, cleared. Robertson does well to keep that. Mane crosses it. Headed clear, didn't really need to. That's a goal. Oh, gosh, what a chance. I don't know who hit it. Was it Henderson who hit it? Oblak. Shot from the edge of the box at an angle. Oblak pushes it out. You think a Liverpool player is going to be following it in. It just doesn't fall into their path. Zach said a good question there. Do you think Trippier going to Atletico Madrid was a good move for him? I think when you look at the mess at Spurs, I think Charlton Athletic would have been a good move for him, wouldn't it? Let alone Atletico Madrid. So, yeah, I think it has been a good move for Trippier. And the fact that he's playing in a game like this just shows that he is valued. I mean, fair play. I actually thought Trippier in the World Cup, Manchester United was sort of struggling in the right back position, and I was like, you know what, he looked quite good. But then when I watched him more for Spurs, I was just thought defensively he's not what we want. PSG biggest game, and Mbappe is on the bench as Antonio Galvez. Yeah, I don't know how long Tuchel's got really. Probably till about 10 o'clock tonight if they get knocked out, because PSG obsession is winning the Champions League, isn't it? And they just never seem to do it. Getting a full sleeve tattoo starting tomorrow. Nervous, said Jamie. There you go. You could just buy a pretend one. What are you having on there? I've got no tattoos. I've got no tats. I've only got tits. I've got no tats. And I don't think I've considered it a couple of times, but I don't think I ever would. The one rebellious thing I did do is I got my ear pierced when I was about 16, but I was an idiot. I basically was going out with a girl at the time, and I was really into like Damon Albarn and Blur. I liked Blur and Oasis. I actually liked Oasis more than Blur, but I did like Blur, so I wanted to get like a stud earring there, which I'm so glad what happened in this story. But at the time, I really, really wanted to get it. But the girlfriend at the time said, "Oh, she's pierced ears before she'll do it," and all I remember was ice cubes and things being stuck into my ear, and then there it was. And I went home, and needless to say, they weren't very happy, and I locked myself in the bathroom, and they were like, "If you don't take it out, I'm going to rip it out." And I was like, "Stick it up your arse, I'm going to keep it in." And then I realised they weren't joking when the bathroom door looked like it was coming down. So I was like, "I've took it out, chill out." When like you're a teenager and you're quite stubborn, like I'm not doing that, and then you realise you've crossed the line and went, oh whatever, I was always going to do it, so I had to take it out. Anyway, corner to Atletico Madrid here. They're having a bit, it is more Liverpool, but it's not dominant Liverpool possession. Oh, I thought they'd scored. I just saw the ball behind the goal from a flicked header, and it actually flicks. Yeah, it's just wide. Bloody hell, it was close. I tell you what, they moved the ball around quite nicely, Atletico Madrid. And I think Diego Costa is João Felix now. Gets his head down, has a look. That's a poor ball. That's poor from João Felix. Joel Sletton says Liverpool is smashing Atletico. I think we must be watching a different game. Liverpool are the better team, but it's not dominance. I've seen Liverpool play a lot better than this, and I think Atletico Madrid have shown enough in this first 20 minutes to make Liverpool think twice about, there might be opportunities for Atletico Madrid here. And of course, if Atletico Madrid did score one, that becomes a problem for Liverpool because they've got to score three. Jordan Henderson is back and playing, Van Helsing. One thing Atletico Madrid won't do is get caught on the break in this game. Canley Eye East says, who do you think will be the Champions League finalists for the Europa League and the Champions League this season? Look, presuming we get it done, I think that the Europa League's difficult. I think I always predicted United and Arsenal because I just thought Arsenal, Chelsea last year, English football's still the better football. So I think United, I can't see who's going to knock United out at the moment. United look like one of the better teams in Europe at the moment on form. So I think that United and Bayer Leverkusen look good. I think they'll destroy Rangers over 2 games. In relation to the Champions League, I just got a funny feeling Man City are going to win it. But I still think Liverpool, if they can get through this, Liverpool could suffer from a tough run. I think this is a tough first knockout stage for Liverpool. And, in the quarterfinals they might get somebody else. But Liverpool's advantage is always going to be this, Anfield. Anfield for them is the trick card, isn't it? It's the one they can always pull out. Could you see Mbappe leaving PSG, and who forces Jordan M? I think the problem with Mbappe and the problem with Neymar and the problem with Pogba, good cross that. You expect a head on it. There was a head on it and it's gone for a goal. Gone for a corner. It's gone for a corner. The problem with Mbappe is the fee that he left Monaco for. It's like massive money. And is there many clubs in world football that can pay the 200 million or more for a player like that? Please do subscribe if you're losing. No one's losing at the moment. Oh, Liverpool again. It nearly dropped for them. Atletico Madrid riding their luck a little bit. And foul here by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Atletico Madrid doing their normal stuff of getting involved. Looked quite innocuous, this did, by Trent. I think he's trying to get the ball and he's caught the player. I don't think he deserves a yellow card for it, even though he's a Scouser. Let's just watch it back. Comes to João Felix. He's got his foot high, but yeah. Do I like fish fingers in custard? God, no. No. Stephen Dunthorpe says, is Wijnaldum important in the Liverpool midfield? I think Jordan Henderson is more important. I can't believe that they did a penalty review for that Atletico Madrid thing there. That was never a bloody penalty. His hand's down by his side and the ball just falls onto it. Never been skiing, Andrew Morrison. Never been skiing and never will, because I think the older you get, the more chance you're going to get seriously hurt, isn't it? Favourite Blur song, says Dan11. There's quite a few I like. This Is a Low, End of Century. Now there's ants in the carpet, dirty little monster. I'm not, you know what? People don't think I know music. I do know music, and if I like music, like Oasis, I don't like Wonderwall and I don't like Don't Look Back in Anger because they're too mainstream obvious. And like with Blur, I don't like boys and girls, part life, country house. They're just too mainstream. So yeah, I like a bit of depth. Could Inter be out? Says Clive Kennedy. Why would Inter be out? I don't know. Just a little bit of a note to the live comments. I'm not reading people who put it out in capital letters anymore because it's not fair on people who don't put capital letters. So I'm not going to read it out if you put capital letters anymore. Somebody in the live comments just reminded me that you didn't used to do that. So I'm not going to do it anymore because it's not fair. Anyway, please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're trying to get up to 128,000 tonight. We'll just have a subscriber number check. Can we do it? I think we were about 500 away. So yeah, bottom right hand corner, please subscribe if you're new, and share the video if you have already subscribed. We might get up to 6,000 watching tonight. We've got 5,500. So been a good game so far. First 22 minutes. It's not flown by. It's been like I say, it's been a pleasure to watch in many ways. I think Atletico Madrid have surprised me how in the game they've been. I think Liverpool, I'd say 60-40 in Liverpool's favour in relation to the way the game's going. But I didn't expect it to be that. I thought it would be 80-20. I thought Liverpool would be buzzing and all over them. So that will probably come at some point, but you'd expect that from Liverpool at the start. So Atletico Madrid at the moment will be relatively happy considering Liverpool don't need one goal, they need two. And for Atletico Madrid, one goal, I think, would really cause problems. But maybe Atletico Madrid won't want to score too early. Could you share your worst date you've had, says Michael Rain. I've been asked that before, Michael, and I'm not one of those guys who really did dates. And when I've done dates, I've always done it with people I've really been into. So I suppose most bad dates are when you go on a date and it's just oh God, I can't stand them. And I've never really started a relationship by saying, yeah, let's go on a date. Most of my relationships have started with people on a night out that you meet on a night out, or friends or stuff like that from work and stuff like that. So I've never asked somebody on a date and been in a situation where I've gone, oh God, they're boring. I'd rather be watching Arsenal. The ref has not been good so far. The ref has been good so far, says DJ John T. Who's better then? I think Henderson makes such a difference to Liverpool in relation to their leadership and momentum, but I prefer Fabinho. With the virus, says Clive Kennedy. I don't know what context that is. I thought they were going to announce these Premier League Hall of Famers, Dante Rule. They were meant to do that. Remember a couple of weeks ago they said they were going to announce the two first Premier League Hall of Famers, and then we never heard anything. Liverpool still got the ball here. They might be able to put another cross in. Looped. Van Dijk. Liverpool with a corner again. That's too much on that for Van Dijk. It's gone out for a throw-in. Yeah, so look, in relation to the thing that everyone's talking about at the moment that's spreading around the world, the plan on this channel will be to do... Look, we've got to fill... I don't want to say fill the time, but I feel an obligation to do stuff as well. My plan will be, as soon as they sort of cancel football games, is I'll start a brand new FIFA career mode, and I start a brand new football manager as well, and be quite in depth with them, so that it's not like, I normally play them and it's like, let's not focus on training and what's going on in the emails and stuff like that, and try and make it a little bit more immersive, because I do think that's coming. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, because I think they'll be really good videos, and I'll do them live as well, of course, just so that we can interact and stuff. So look, I know it's not the real thing, but we can have a bit of fun. Did you rate Sven as a manager or failed England boss, as PAVFC? I was talking about that a few minutes ago. I didn't rate Sven as a manager. I thought he was very boring, and Salah blocked. Liverpool just starting to get a bit of momentum now. They've got Atletico Madrid pinned in a lot more. But no, I think Sven underachieved because he was. I mean, look, as I said, the big thing for me with Sven was that I think England should have won the World Cup in 2002. We were good enough to win that World Cup. You've got Sol Campbell playing at the back. I think Rio Ferdinand played in that World Cup as well. I think it was his breakthrough tournament. I mean, the only player that was really missing was Gary Neville because we had to play Danny Mills because Gary Neville was injured. Ashley Cole was left back. Seaman in goal. Probably one of the weak links, really, but he was a good goalkeeper. Scholes, Gerrard. I don't know whether Gerrard actually went to the World Cup. I think Gerrard might have been injured. Lampard wasn't there then. Nicky Butt played very well in that World Cup. Beckham, Owen. Not sure Rooney was there then. I think it was Heskey. So, yeah, there's one or two that weren't there. I mean, look, we should have won the Euros in 2004 and we should have done better in the World Cup in 2006. But there was the injury to Rooney, wasn't there? And we had the red card to Rooney in one of those. But the big problem with Eriksen was that, you know, you're losing 2-1 against Brazil. They're down to 10 men. You've got at least 40 minutes, I think it was. And we didn't throw the sink at them at all. And Brazil have never been a team that's been good at defence. And we had 11 men. Could you review soccer movies, says Michael Rain. God. Are there any good soccer movies out there? I mean, is there a good soccer movie out there? It's a question. I used to watch Escape to Victory with Pele and Sylvester Stallone when I was a kid, but I imagine it's a shit film if you watch it now. Have you considered Pro Evo over FIFA? It's much better, says Jack Cunliffe. I haven't. Maybe I could look at that. How's Neymar scored when he was injured? But he has scored. It's 1-0 to PSG, which at the moment puts them through because it's 2-2 on aggregate and they've got the away goal from Dortmund. So it's 1-0 to PSG in that game. No goals here so far. Mike Bassett, England manager. I've never watched it because I always thought it's just going to be a load of shit. Bend it like Beckham. That's only because it's got girls in it. I've never watched that either. I don't think football transpires well to film. Mark, are Atletico an embarrassment to Spanish football who park the bus when Spanish football has been about possession, says Haunted Radio? I think Atletico Madrid probably suit this scenario better than a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, because I think a Barcelona or a Real Madrid are going to come to Anfield and try and play their game, and I think that's going to help Liverpool out a lot, isn't it? Whereas Atletico Madrid are going to keep things tight. Don't know what Henderson's moaning about here. You did clip him, you didn't get the ball. Thomas Partey's brilliant. Yep, Kanye East shouting him out. I was very impressed with him in the game at Madrid. I think he'd suit the Premier League so well. But Partey actually wants to stay at Atletico Madrid. He's doing contract negotiations at the moment and he's expected to stay. There's always been this talk of this release clause, but he's expected to stay. And a nice little bit of running here. Knocks it into Trippier. Oh, that's terrible by Trippier, and Robertson will clear it. But they're a nice footballing... Oh my life, he's in. He should have been offside. Cut out by Van Dijk. Yeah, Thomas Partey would suit the Premier League down to the ground. I think that game in Spain really showed that, you know, he really could do well in that in this league. But I think he will end up staying. Barnes says, if the Premier League gets cancelled, Liverpool can't win the league. No, I mean, I've said this before. I mean, that's a corner, Van Dijk. Atletico Madrid having a little bit of possession here. Thanks. Mark, maybe Poch for Liverpool. Klopp seems clueless, says Jenks1102. Let's just see what happens with this corner for Atletico Madrid, and we'll come back to that point. The Damned United is a bloody good film, Matthew Elliott. I love that film. Absolutely love it. Beckham versus Greece, best single performance ever. PAVFC. I think in relation to international football, I've never seen an England performance better than that, apart from Italia 90 Gascoigne performances. But I lived in Dublin at the time, and every time I used to walk past the Greek embassy in Dublin, I used to go, Beckham! Everyone used to laugh. It was a joke that worked at the time. He played absolutely great that game. But it's getting a bit tasty here. Atletico Madrid. Oof. Liverpool will get rid of it now. It's good at the moment. You can't take your eye off it at the moment. It's Atletico Madrid are doing very well at keeping the ball around, and Liverpool are having to really press and try and win it back. But Atletico Madrid are winning a lot of second balls, and they're a tidy team, Atletico Madrid, as well. Very tidy. Nice little intricate passing. I tell you what, if this was a Premier League game, you'd be going fair play. They're having a good old go here. But Liverpool have won it back now. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think Liverpool fans are quite desperate to... Salah's got it now, so you can't take your eye off this game. Salah, this could be it. Mane, straight at Oblak, and he saves the follow-up as well. Maybe half a chance there for Liverpool. What I was going to say is Liverpool fans are quite anxious, and I understand. They just want to get the title won because they think if they win the title, that no matter what happens, they've won the title. That's not how it's going to work, though, is it? Because if you think about it, if Liverpool had technically won the title by now, and the league gets cancelled, it's not about who's won the title after 34 games. The league isn't officially done until everyone's played 38 games. So I think Liverpool fans think, well, if we've won the title, we've won the title. But it's not, is it? It's like the race isn't run. You can't say, well, Liverpool, you're the title holders, but Norwich, you're relegated. If the game... What I'm trying to say is, if they cancel the Premier League after 34 games, but Liverpool have already won the league, you can't say, well, Liverpool, there's the Premier League trophy, and Norwich, you're relegated. Because Norwich might go, but there's 4 games left. We could still stay up. So the Premier League has to be completed as a whole 38 game thing. And I think Liverpool fans are thinking, well, yeah, as long as we've won the league, we've won the league. No. What needs to happen is the league needs to be completed, which is why I've said if they're going to stop the league or suspend it, just rejig the calendar. Like, if next season has to start in November, it has to start in November, but you've got to finish this season. And I think there's plenty of opportunity to do that, however long it takes. You know, whether football gets closed down for 2 months, just start the league again in May. But that's what needs to happen. Let's get the league done. You can't write off 7 months. Football will come back at some point, won't it? Unless the world's going to end. Football will come back at some point. So when it comes back, let's complete the season. That's what I say. I have watched Stranger Things, Ryan England. And Aaron O'Neill says, if Dortmund did get through tonight, PSG will have failed to reach the quarterfinals 4 years in a row. Well, they're looking good at the moment because they've got that away goal. But Liverpool here. That's a goal. What a save by Oblak. Oh, what a save by Oblak that was. He's a bloody good goalkeeper, you know. That's his big save of the night so far. The cross comes in. I think it's Firmino from about 6 yards out. Gets the little flick shot on it, but Oblak is there to make the same because he's so big. Corner to Liverpool. Let's watch it back again. Cross comes in. I mean, Firmino's stretching a little bit. Hardly gets a connection, really. I think if he gets a strong connection, that's 1-0. But it's a corner for Liverpool. There's a little bit of something going on here between a couple of Liverpool players. Don't know what it's all about. Bit of shoving in the box, maybe. Our black punchers. And Atletico Madrid do get rid of it. Trippier. Henderson. He might get booked that time on Kyria. No, maybe not. Maybe not. It's a foul by Henderson anyway. Firmino hasn't scored at Anfield this whole season, says Dio1990. Get lost. You're having a laugh. I'm not having that. He hasn't scored at Anfield this... Oh, maybe this year. I don't mean it. Oh, no, he said this whole season. That can't be right. Mark, what are the best and worst movies you've ever seen? Oh, mate, I can't be answering that sort of stuff. Takes too much brain power when I'm watching football. Oblak better than De Gea? Oh, Salah's in the box. Corner ball again. 38 minutes gone. I think at the moment Oblak's probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world anyway. I mean, look, Oblak's a player that's been linked to United quite a lot. Well, not that we're ever going to buy him, but on the United stand, we've spoken about Oblak quite a lot whenever the De Gea leaving, and De Gea leaving has pretty much been a common occurrence every single season for United. But he's a fantastic goalkeeper, Oblak. I'm not gonna say that he isn't, and I think that if he was in the Premier League, he would get far more appreciation, wouldn't he? Liverpool starting to turn the screw a little bit here. They've put some really good balls into the box. It's funny, isn't it, with Atletico Madrid, because it always was that Godin Jimenez centre-back pairing, and whenever you were talking about the best centre-back pairings in the world, you always spoke about Godin and Jimenez, and obviously Godin's gone now to Inter, hasn't he? And Jimenez doesn't start. View on modern football agents, has role changed as PAVFC? I don't know that it has. I think agents have probably always been the same. I just think there's so much money in it. Thanks for the contribution, Matt Menko. What shampoo do you use, Nikas Skriniar? God, I've just been sent a picture of a flooded pitch there, and I thought it was the pitch we're playing on Saturday. Not United. Amateur football. Well, Sonia Gupta says that Firmino hasn't scored at Anfield all season. PSG are parking the bus, says Elvis. Well, Dortmund normally do score. Trent Alexander-Arnold losing his head a little bit there. Flying into a tackle and giving João Felix a little bit as well. They obviously feel he's a bit of a diver. I don't think João Felix has dived at all. But there you go. That's what winning's all about, isn't it? A little bit of passion. 41 minutes gone here. Liverpool not broken the deadlock yet. Might be a long night for Liverpool. They do need 2 goals. Game tomorrow night for United is televised. Zed Jamie says Atletico Madrid's bench is very good. Please do subscribe if you're new, by the way. That's Mane into the box. Got a little bit of a lucky break, but then the pass is bad. Bottom right hand corner, we're trying to get up to 128,000. Liverpool trying to get their first goal. Crap shot by Chamberlain. Remains 0-0 thus far. Parta says that Atletico are going to win. I can't imagine Liverpool not scoring at Anfield, is what I'm saying. And therefore, Atletico Madrid are going to have to score, aren't they? If they don't score, and I can't imagine Liverpool not scoring, then that doesn't work. We may see extra time at 1-0 if Liverpool get it. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Gotta get. Right. Liverpool coming forward again. I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of Liverpool since Christmas because I can't bring myself to watch Liverpool when I know they're going to win the league. So I've only watched Liverpool twice recently. This game and the first leg, Atletico Madrid, and I just feel from what I saw Liverpool before Christmas, they've clearly got another goal. There it is. Wijnaldum. That's the cross. That's the goal for Liverpool. It's been coming, and that makes the difference in this game. Update on my wall, squirrels. I made contact working on finding common ground. No success, but there is a squirrel that seems to want to find peace, as Michael Rain. 1-0 to Liverpool. You almost expected the keeper to pull that out, but he didn't. It's gone in, and that is the game changer now because one goal for Liverpool, and it changes everything. They are... I was just talking about Liverpool. I can't see them not scoring. Good cross. Poor marking. You've got to say, from an Atletico Madrid point of view, good cross from Chamberlain. But who's marking Wijnaldum there? And Oblak's not going to save that. He's well in the box when he heads it down, which makes it hard. And to be fair to Oblak, he's not even that far off getting it. But poor marking. Good cross from Liverpool. And they've got the goal that I think we all expected they were going to get. And I think that now they've got their tails up. And... Liverpool have been quite physical tonight. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing, but they are being quite physical. They're pushing Atletico Madrid players when the ball's, getting in their face a little bit. But that will ease the pressure or tension a little bit for Liverpool. Right before half time as well, it makes it a totally different team talk for Klopp. They can be a little bit more patient in their build-up in the second half, knowing that they've got that one goal. I think the problem with these games is if Atletico Madrid had scored first, you've got to score 3. Makes it very difficult. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're about to hit half time. Liverpool have got their goal. One minute added on. I think Liverpool, now they've got that goal, their tails have gone up. A little bit how I expected Liverpool to start the game, to be honest. I expected them to start stronger than this. Another corner here. And this is what I expected. Atletico Madrid looking a little bit like rabbits in the headlights at the moment. These refs are so much better than the Premier League refs, says Ryan Locke. Nothing comes of the corner. Atletico Madrid clear, and that is half time. Half time, stop the clock. Liverpool are winning 1-0, which squares the tie up. Sorry, I'm just trying to get something here. And look, I don't want Liverpool to win. Of course I don't, but I think it's heading that way with that goal. But they're still in it. They've still got a chance, and I think that Liverpool will be desperately trying to get that second goal, of course. What am I trying to do here? I'll get with you in a minute. There we go. Right, Liverpool lead 1-0. Very good, interesting first half, but ultimately it didn't come the way that Atletico Madrid wanted it, did it? I thought they had a half a chance in the first few seconds. Maybe that would have, to be honest with you, I'm sure Atletico Madrid would take that goal, but getting that goal straight away, you then got 90 minutes of Liverpool just absolutely bombarding you. So maybe that wouldn't have been the best thing to happen. But Atletico Madrid have looked good at times, but what Liverpool have done, and I think this is the difference between Liverpool and Man City this season, and I've said it many times, I don't think Liverpool look like they've got another gear. I don't know whether they've got another gear tonight. I don't know whether they've lost that gear in recent weeks, but what they have got, and this is why Liverpool are better than Man City this year, is because, look, if Liverpool are not playing well, they'll start pushing the opposition, they'll start arguing with the ref, they'll start bigging each other up, and it's that team unity and fightability that has got Liverpool 1-0 up, because I don't think Liverpool have been firing on all cylinders. There's been some decent crosses into the box. You wouldn't expect Atletico Madrid to concede a goal from a cross. They've let Wijnaldum go there, but Liverpool have knocked on the door enough with good enough crosses, and they've got their chance and they've taken it. I don't think it's a free-flowing Liverpool. I don't think it's a very good Liverpool performance, but yet again, it's been a very good team performance. And I started to notice a couple of things before the goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold going through João Felix and sort of shoving him to get the crowd up. I've seen Van Dijk do it. Henderson saying Atletico Madrid are diving when they're not. It's all, look, whether Henderson probably believes they're diving, but it gets the crowd up, and that's what Liverpool have done. They've made it a little bit like, oh, it's them and us, the ref's against us, they're a bunch of cheats. It gets the crowd going, and it's worked for Liverpool, and it's worked a lot this season. United need to sign Thomas Partey, says Gio. I would love us to sign Partey. And will we sign Sancho? I've got no idea at the moment. How do I think it's going to go in the second half? I think that Atletico Madrid need to come out of this game with a goal. A goal for Atletico Madrid totally changes the complexion. If Liverpool score next and Atletico Madrid score, they've got to score 3. So Atletico Madrid have got to try and score a goal. Atletico Madrid are always going to be a good defensive side, but they've got to try and score a goal. How do they do that? Because Liverpool actually are good defensively, makes it very difficult. But Atletico Madrid have got nothing to hold on for now. The game's going to extra time if it stays like this. And you'd fancy Liverpool to get another goal. So Atletico Madrid have got to score. The thing will be, I've been in this position with United so many times over the years in the Champions League. You've got that one goal back now, so you relax. You fancy yourself to get the second goal. But when you get the second goal, what do you do then? Do you then sort of say, let's protect what we've got and get a little bit nervous and Atletico Madrid have a go? Or do you keep going? And I think Liverpool just need to keep going if they want to get through, because that one goal for Atletico Madrid could change the complexion of the game. But the way it's going at the moment, I'd fancy Liverpool to get the second goal and win it 2-0, because I don't think Atletico Madrid, when that first goal went in for Liverpool, Atletico Madrid seemed to get a little bit lost, and half-time probably comes at the right time for them. So see what happens. I'm not answering capital letters, so you're wasting your time doing that. In fact, I'm timing you out for it, because I'd rather not do what you're asking me to do anyway. Your fave players from the French 98 World Cup squad, says PAVFC. I wanted Brazil to win that, so I've never been a massive fan of France. I don't know why. I've never wanted France to win a tournament that they've won, so I didn't want them to win the World Cup last time. So I was happy for Pogba, and I didn't mind France so much whenever it was playing, but I wanted Brazil to win that. I remember watching the final. I wanted them to win that. It was the one where Ronaldo got ill just before it. Would you sell De Gea in the... Sorry. Manchester United just posted a tweet about them being pumped for the Europa League just as Liverpool scored. Bad timing, says Tahib Mohammed. That just sounds a little bit like Manchester United's admin, to be honest. It's not that good. Why hasn't Paul appeared on the United stand watch along, says Jordan Praski? Because he hasn't. Why do people get so het up about who appears where and why and what? Like, Paul will be on again, but you know, it's just chill. Off topic, but is the meetup in Dublin going ahead? Says Patrick Witten. I need to actually sort that out. Dublin meetup. I would say predict no, because I just don't see how it can. But at the moment, it's not been cancelled. It's a bit like the Premier League. That's for you, Niall Crin. I'm just doing this for Niall Crin. He said stop gulping. I've got a drink. What are your favourite Travis Scott songs, says Yor Ismail. I'm not getting into all the song stuff tonight. Liverpool could go to extra time and penalties. PSG to go through now, I think, says Beef Bully. I tell you what, if it went to penalties, who would you fancy, Adrian or Oblak? Oblak's a bloody good goalkeeper, I tell you. So Liverpool, I don't think that's going to happen. Andrew Garrett says, why are you so rude, Mark? Why are you using capital letters, Andrew, when I've said I'm not going to answer them? So I don't think I'm rude. I think you've got to appreciate that I sit here in front of loads and loads of comments, and 99% of you are absolutely brilliant people, but some people are just trolls, and I will give it them back sometimes because they ask silly things. And I'll tell you what it is. This is one of the things that gets on my nerves, right? My daughter changed schools about 2 years ago, but her previous school on sports day, nobody used to win the race even though they did. Her new school, the winners of the race get 10 points. There's loads of different races, and the team with the most points wins a cup. Guess which school I prefer? I prefer the school where it's real and competition matters, not this everybody's equal, everybody's everybody's a winner. I'm talking about sport here. Of course, everybody's equal in life, whether it's gender, sexism, racism, homophobia, whatever. But, you've also got to realise that if you're rude to people, you might get a little bit back. Nerman says, Mark, why are you so agrunt? Get a dictionary, mate. Come back. And I'm definitely not an arrogant person, mate. I raised £20,000 for cancer charity last year. I'm not an arrogant person. I have a personality. Some people get that mixed up. So jog on. And Liverpool could have had 3 in that half. The Firmino chance, I think, if he connected right, yeah, you maybe. Look, I'm not taking it away from Liverpool at all. I think that, as I said, about halfway through the half, I said it was a sort of 60-40 split. Liverpool 60, Atletico 40. I'd say towards the end of the half, it was 75-25. So, I think Liverpool are in the ascendancy at the moment, and Atletico Madrid are going to have to do a little bit more. Aaron O'Neill says, who would be a man of the match so far? I think Wijnaldum's had a good game, not just because he scored a goal. I think down that right-hand side, Liverpool have put a lot more crosses in than they have from the left-hand side. So you've got to say again, Trent Alexander-Arnold's had a good game. The current Belgium squad's better than England, says PAVFC. It's irrelevant. We're not going to see the Euros, are we? And Trewin says, that video of you with the pineapple guy abroad is hilarious. First time I've seen it on Twitter today. I saw it the other day. I may have retweeted it for the laughs, actually. Surreal moments. The fact that people thought it was staged, yeah, it was very surreal. Do you think United could get Sancho and Werner, says Owen Webster? I'd be very surprised. I'd be very happy if they did, but I'd be very surprised. Can I just do a subscriber shout out as well? Please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. I'm just looking at the telly and the 1917 adverts on. That was a very, very good game. That was a very good film. Sorry, it wasn't a game. It actually did happen, World War One. Very good film. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get up to 128,000. We're currently about 250 away from that, so we could do it. I don't know whether all 6,000 people watching have subscribed, but if you have, please share the video. There's a share button underneath. If you haven't, bottom right hand corner, please do subscribe and get involved. We are sort of making preparations for the fact that Premier League, Champions League, Europa League football may be stopping. We do a lot of watch-alongs on here, as we're doing now, as we did last night. We're planning to do Liverpool-Everton on Monday night and maybe another Premier League game. But if football does get cancelled or suspended, we will be doing FIFA career modes, Football Manager, live streams, just to give us all something to get into. So subscribe, get your notifications on. Does Herrera even play at PSG? God, I miss him, says Charlie Welsh. Yeah, it looks like a signing for the money, doesn't it? I always thought, in relation to Ander Herrera, I was quite surprised that PSG went for him. I was like, fair play, you've gone for him. But Herrera, to me, was a player that, a little bit like Jordan Henderson at Liverpool. If Jordan Henderson said, I'm leaving, I don't think Real Madrid, PSG would be queuing up to sign him, but he's invaluable to Liverpool. And I think Ander Herrera was a bit like that. He's sort of unique to that club and does a very important role. And I think Herrera at Manchester United was a little bit like that. So I was surprised when he went to PSG, and I'm not surprised that he doesn't play many games for PSG, because I think PSG fans are quite spoiled, aren't they? Verratti, Neymar, Mbappe. Herrera, would they understand what he's there for? He's there for the shithousery. He's there to do the basics. He's there to graft. I understand why he went. He went because the club was run like a business and let his contract run down. But it was a shame that he went. Mark, is Jack Grealish? If Jack Grealish comes to United, where do you think Ollie would play him, in the 2 or the CAM? Says Dylan Brett. I don't know, mate. You would hope that he would change the tactics a little bit, but I don't know. Ander Herrera was better at Bilbao for Bielsa. United wrecked him. Says Stu MC. I think you're probably right. I think as a technical footballer he was probably better, but he was still a very, very good player for United. 2-0 PSG, bloody hell, says Carlton Banks. And Pogba will be like a new signing for United, Mark. Hope he does okay, says James Hugel. What are we thinking in the second half then, people? Do you think we're going to see a turnaround here? And Jay Singh says, honest opinion, Mark, who would you rather have at United, Jimenez from Wolves or Martial? And why would you have the play you picked? Mate, I am loyal to my players if they are good for my club. Look, if you're saying, do I want Adama Traore or Andreas Pereira, it's Traore. If you're asking me if I want Cantwell from Norwich or Lingard, it's Cantwell from Norwich. But if you're asking me if I want Martial or Harry Kane, it's Martial. If you're asking me if I want Jimenez or Martial, it's Martial. If I want Firmino or Martial, it's Martial. I have loyalty to Martial because he's done things for Manchester United and he's a good player. So I'm not, maybe Jimenez is a better player. Maybe Harry Kane's a better player. Maybe Firmino's a better player. But in my opinion, Martial's our player, isn't he? And that's what we're here to do. Second half's about to kick off here. Can I just say to you who's doing the capital letters, I will not read out another capital letters comment. I've had complaints in the first half about it because it's unfair, and I agree it's unfair. So if you put your comments in capital letters, they won't get read. That's not me being arrogant. That's just me listening to the comments and people saying that it's not fair because sometimes you read them because they jump out. And they're right. And they just look messy. So I will not be answering any question in capital letters. Have you seen Ozark Season 3 trailer? Says Elmo Loves Milk. I mean, this is the only thing we're going to be living the next few months, isn't it? The sort of Netflix and films, because it's the only thing that they can't cancel unless it's a new release in the cinema. Stu MC says, caps lock is for angry people, cool your jets. Chelsea come back next week. I think Elvis has got a better chance of a comeback than them. Harris King, how was your fish and chips? They were good. They were good. Actually, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. I normally do a daily story. Normally just shouting about rain, but sometimes there are moments of clarity. In fact, you might want to check my Insta story out tomorrow around 11 o'clock. It's going to be some exclusive thing on there then. Hi Mark, will the United game be on TV tomorrow? Says the Bucknut fan. Also, you should host this show in Ricky's accent. I love that guy. There might be an appearance from Ricky in the second half. And have you seen the keeper, Mark? Says Tony Bain. No, I haven't. Second half, I think Liverpool will get the second goal, and then I think they should be home and hosed, really. Pankaj Roshan says, our reason for United's recent revival is Bruno sort of replacing Herrera in the squad from a year ago. Brings passion, box-to-box, intelligence, creativity. I totally disagree with you on that one, mate. I really do. Because Bruno's more of an advanced player. Herrera never played that position. Mark, do you think if Pogba comes in, Ollie will swap him around with Fernandes, or will he play them both? Oh, he'll play them both. I think Pogba will be played out of position, more deeper. But game's kicked off, second half. Let's keep an eye on what's happening. Could we do classic game watch-alongs? You know, I did do that on the United stand once. Classic game watch-alongs. And I really did enjoy doing it. But I think, again, it's such a... If I said, like, if there was a football ban for 2 months and I said on Saturday night we're going to do the World Cup game from whenever, or Premier League Liverpool Newcastle 4-3 as a watch-along, you'd all have to be watching it as well. So, and also, it doesn't work. Salah's in here. His first touch is good. His second shot straight at the keeper. That's the greed of Salah coming forward through you there. Kayesh says Neymar or Hazard. Why is the timer not showing? It should be. I did start the timer. I started the timer. Why can't we see the timer? There you go. Can you do Major League Soccer watch-along, says Carlos Rendon. Why? Surely your football's going to get cancelled as well. The timer's on, safe. I can see it on my screen, so you can see it as well. Greed of Salah would make a great movie, says LV. I mean, he's a very good player, Salah, isn't he? I mean, in fact, let's be honest, he's a fantastic player, but he is a bit greedy. I've spoken to a few Liverpool fans who've said that. Look, they love him, but he is at times infuriating with his greed. Good little bit of play there. Liverpool are buzzing around everywhere at the moment, though, and Atletico Madrid have got a... they're just not getting any momentum into the game at all. Do you think you wanting the club to buy Bruno so much put pressure on them to buy him since your fan base is huge, says Vinny? No. Here is Salah again. Nice little run. Poor pass. Atletico Madrid clear, but only as far as Robertson, who didn't really get forward much in the first half. Most of it was coming down the right-hand side. Didn't see a lot of Mane either, did we? Cross comes in. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold on the edge of the box. Lays it off. Little dink. What a save by Oblak again. And it was offside anyway with Mane, but how does he even hold on to that? It's a little dink to the back post to Mane, who volleys it. and there's Liverpool players just queuing up if Oblak doesn't hold it. And he is offside, but I mean, that is just fantastic from Oblak, the way he holds on to that ball when he's blasted at him on a volley from about 5 yards away. Fantastic keeping. It would have been offside anyway, but Liverpool have started this half on the front foot. I don't think it's going to take them long to get the second. Atletico Madrid need to offer something in this game. Fed Up with Brick says, Oblak is insanely good. Elite goalkeeper right there, says JT Music FTW. So if it stays like this, it will go to extra time and potentially penalties. If Liverpool score again, it can't do that. So, or if Atletico Madrid do that. So if you're looking for extra time and penalties, you need to score the score to steer the game. Mark, could you not sing in your other videos? Cringy, says Risa Azad. Don't tell me not to do something, because I'll just do it more. Leo TV, Oblak playing the whistle. You've got to play the whistle. You've got to play the whistle, especially in the modern game with VAR. They really do want to just play the process through, don't they? The phase of play, as they call it. Do you like gravy on your chips, says Dan Levin? Love them. Love it. Absolutely love chip shop gravy on chips. Lovely little ball into over the bar from Chamberlain, whose shooting has not been on today. Yeah, when I lived in Ireland, I liked the fish and chip shop. They used to give it to you in a brown bag, but they didn't have mushy peas or gravy. I don't think they even had curry sauce. The fish and chip shops in Ireland are nice. I'm talking Southern Ireland. I'm talking Dublin. But yeah, they don't have chips and they don't have gravy. They do have chips, and they're a lot more into their burgers. They don't do kebab meat, or they didn't used to do kebab meat. So slightly different with their chip shops, and they call it the chipper. Could I tell you what? I'd devour some chips with gravy on. Got to have vinegar in it as well to give a tang to the gravy. Irish hellhounds, you're in timeout for asking the same irrelevant question that I'm not going to answer and spamming. So you might. I'm just trying to save your fingers. You might want to use them for something, like wiping your arse. Mark, are you still Glazers out? Says Irish Redhead Ling. Yeah, I think any United fan should be the Glazers out, because ultimately, whether we're winning things or not, we're owned by people who just want to take money out of the club who don't support the club. So, yeah, I mean, look, the ideal is to have owners like Liverpool have got, or even, dare I say it, Man City have got, because their focus is spending money to make them good on the pitch, not take money out of the club. So, yeah, United can still be successful with those owners, but longer shot there from Chamberlain. Oblak can't see. He's had to palm it out for a corner. It was never a shot that looked like it was going in, but I think it's more about he can't see because the player's in the way, so he's had to just palm it out. But Liverpool with the momentum here in this first 10 minutes of the second half, and Atletico Madrid have offered nothing going forward, and they're going to have to offer something going forward because, what are you going to do? Atletico Madrid probably would play the game out, though, like this and go to extra time. But I think Atletico Madrid, if they showed a little bit of something, then maybe they could get back into it. Do you follow women's football? Watch along, says Jenks1102. Well, that's still going to get cancelled, isn't it? Opinions on Firmino 20 versus York 99. York all day, says J Dog. You know what? You'd never get a Liverpool fan to admit it because they do like Firmino, of course, but I think that if you swapped Firmino with Martial, he'd probably do better. Different type of players. Our black punchers, Atletico Madrid clear. Does the United stand have a Snapchat? Does anybody actually use Snapchat anymore? We used to have a Snapchat, but we just stopped using it. We've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, we've got YouTube, obviously. I think there is a Facebook page, but no, I don't think anyone is there. The chart show is every Saturday morning, John Smith, on the United Stand. That's where the chart show is. Favourite crisp sandwich is Dan 11. Ooh, I haven't had a crisp sandwich in ages. And off comes Costa. Just not his night. And on comes Marcus Llorente, who's a midfielder. So Costa not very happy that he's been brought off. Tell you what, them Liverpool fans are literally right next to Costa as he comes off, and they're going like this, winding him up. That's a shot. So Atletico Madrid have actually gone a little bit more defensive, taking off Costa and bringing on Llorente, who's a midfielder. I would have thought they might have brought Morata on. Favourite crisp sandwich? Well, I haven't had a crisp sandwich in ages. I'd say probably cheese and onion. Yeah. Who do I think is going to win? I said before the game, I think Liverpool will win, and the momentum of this game is very much in Liverpool's favour. To be honest with you, look, of course I want Atletico Madrid to win. I'm a United fan. I don't want Liverpool to win, but I think Atletico Madrid are already, to me, setting up for extra time, and I think that's the disappointing thing about Simeone, isn't he? He's a very defensive-minded coach, and I think that if you can get the away goal, the game spins on its head. So why would you not try and do that? But they don't. I mean, that substitution sums it up to a T, doesn't it? He's took off a striker for a midfielder. Yusuf, I've seen you mention this twice. It's totally irrelevant. He says, apparently Wan-Bissaka and Fred got selected for a drug test after the Derby game. Like, have you never heard of this? Like, players do randomly get selected for drug tests after football games. It's been going on for years. It's not bloody... They've not been targeted because they think they've been out the night before having a joint. It's footballers, all professional athletes are subject to random drug testing. It's nothing unique to United or those players, and it's not a shock. Maybe you're not aware of that. With Pogba back, could Oli go back to one holding midfielder? As when Pogba was out and we didn't have Bruno, our only options were Lingard and Pereira, says Cameron Skanks. Yeah, but he could have played Pogba in the position that Bruno plays now, doesn't he? And ball by Salah, 57 minutes gone. They're offering absolutely nothing. And Dio1919 says, what the hell is a crisp? I can't even get into a conversation if you don't know what a crisp is. I can't. What do I think of Everton? Worse than I thought. I thought Everton were quite good, and I was stunned that Chelsea absolutely annihilated them at the weekend, to be honest. I thought Everton were a little bit better than that. I think it's only a matter of time before Liverpool score here. Partey, handball. Another chance for Liverpool to whip a cross in. Will Leicester win a cup under Brendan Rodgers, as Tom plays? I wouldn't have thought so. I think it's very hard to win a trophy in England at the moment because Liverpool and Man City are so far ahead of everybody else. And I think Man City will probably win the FA Cup. So that's the only cup that Leicester can win this season. But on their day, could Leicester beat Man City? Yeah, they could, but that's their only chance, isn't it? Crossing opportunity from this free kick for Liverpool anyway. Just feel it's a matter of time. What a save by Oblak again. Back post, Firmino tried to cross it across and Oblak just reached his big hand out and scooped it away from dangers. RS is addicted to Doritos Chili Heatwave. I'm terrible with crisps. We've got a big packet of those pop crisps at the moment. and I opened them up. We bought two for one, twofer, and I opened up a packet when the rugby was on after I'd done Arsenal West Ham last Saturday, and opened it up. Atletico Madrid on the attack. João Felix, terrible shot, and Adrian does well there twice. And I ate the whole bag, and it was a big bag. So I'm terrible with crisps. I just can't start. I can't stop eating them. Sandra King, is Salah playing well? I mean, Salah's always a threat on the ball because he's that sort of player, but he's not. He's not really. His final ball's been the problem in this game. And Colwyn Harris says, if this game goes to penalties, Atletico Madrid will probably win. Just look at Jan Oblak. Yeah, I know, but God, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like. I can't sit here for another hour watching Atletico Madrid just park the bus. I mean, I'd never want Liverpool to win, but come on, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing from a footballing side to just come and park the bus against Liverpool. I mean, I know Liverpool are good, but Bournemouth came and had a go at them. Watford have had a go at them. Like, have a bloody go. An away goal makes such a difference. Mark, please jinx a Liverpool win, says Wilma Barban. I've tried. I have tried. I mean, I can only see Liverpool winning this game. What the hell is that? Some shot from his own half there from Saul Niguez. I mean, it's great if it goes in, isn't it, on this sort of platform, arena, but I don't think it's got the power to cause Adrian any problems there. I know we parked the bus against the Manas, but we're not playing in a Champions League game, are we, where an away goal would have counted? Abdul, my favourite wrestler was probably Shawn Michaels or Bret the Hitman Hart. What do you think will happen with Sanchez over the summer, says Zin Haymark? I think Alexis Sanchez for United is a massive problem because he's on 400 grand. You know what? You've lit the touch paper now. Do you know that Alexis Sanchez is the best paid player in the Premier League history? He's like the best paid player in the Premier League history. And he is the best paid player in the Premier League at the moment. And he's crap. 400 grand a week. Like, who is going to pay a player that's bang average that? And he's still got, I think, 3 years left on his contract. So we are well and truly stuck with Alexis Sanchez, to be honest with you. And God knows what's going to happen. But I think we will see him back in the United shirt, because what other idiotic club is ever going to take him at their club? What do you think about it, Ricky? Well, I'll tell you what, Fleck. Listen up. I think that Sanchez can be the next man. I think Sanchez, Mata, and Matic can be the trio. If Ollie, like, listen, if Ollie played Sanchez, Mata, and Matic together, Fleck, then they will have to build another trilogy outside the ground because they would be that good. Sanchez will come back and prove you all wrong, says Vin Bra with a laugh out loud next to it. Yeah. I mean, he's not, you know, there is probably a potential for him to come back and do okay, but okay is never going to be best paid player in the Premier League. We got absolutely scammed there. No one cares, mate, says Chinese club would pay. But who would go to them? Let's just have a quick look at the other game. It's 2-0 to PSG, so they're looking very much like going through, because even if Dortmund get a goal back, it would still be it would just level the tie. It would go to extra time. So Quite an equal game looking at it. Sancho's playing Haaland. It's a decent Dortmund side, but at the moment it's in the favour of PSG. So tough tie for them if they get through. Fair play. A little bit disappointed that the Arsenal-Man City game didn't go ahead. I was sort of hoping we'd be live watching this, getting score updates. Oh, it's 5-0 to Man City now. That would have been fun. But this second half is a bit dire, really. Good play by Thomas Partey. Really good play there. He does his job in the midfield, gets through a few tackles, and then has the ability to pass and move as well. I do like him. Oh, he's tackled there, though. Stupid Atletico Madrid play. Mane. Oh, no, he's not. He's all right. Henderson into Firmino. To Salah. He's going to look at that. This could be the goal. On the bar. Wow, that was close. That was close. Salah's shot. Salah's shot, and I think it was Henderson who headed it onto the bar. Partey or Ndidi, says an infinite squad. Oh, I'd take either of them at United. I think they're exactly what United need in that defensive role, with Matic getting older and a little bit of competition for McTominay. Max M says, what do you think about Spurs and their situation? Look, to be honest, I said it last night. I think Mourinho is I know Mourinho is the master of excuses. I saw it at United. He's brilliant at making excuses. But to be fair, last night, that's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult when Bergwijn, Son and Kane's out. It's three forwards. As I said, it's like Liverpool not having Salah, Mane and Firmino. But here is Mane into the box. Still 25 minutes to go in this game. You've got to feel that Liverpool are going to score at some point. I almost want Liverpool to score, so Atletico Madrid have to attack, because I think that's the only way, other than penalties, Atletico Madrid are going to win. Because if they're behind and then they get an away goal, they're through anyway. I just think the game needs to open up a little bit like that. Another corner for Liverpool here. Trent Alexander-Arnold to take it. What a cross. They've managed to clear it. Mark, are people panicking too much nowadays, says Jenks1102. Well, no, look, I think we've never faced anything like this in the world, have we? I mean, Liverpool aren't going to win the league. I'm joking. I know what we're talking about. We've never faced anything like this before. You know, this is going around the whole world. People are statistically dying from it. A lot of people are getting it. Good shot by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good block from the follow-up. And I think it was Andy Robertson, wasn't it, who had that there. So they're getting closer and closer here, Liverpool. But yeah, no, I think there is a definite need to take this seriously and deal with it. What I would say is that we will come out of it, whether it's in the next 2 or 3 months, we'll come out the other end, and we probably need to learn from it as a world. I think we're lucky in a sense that the death rate is around 0.5 to probably 3%, and it's targeting the elderly and vulnerable. You know, that it could easily have been a different strain of a virus that was killing 50% of people, and then we'd be really fucked. So I think that the world needs to learn from this, and you know, we're learning on the job at the moment. We'll come through it, but I think there's going to be some reality bites for all of us. And you know, I think even myself, I don't know about you, even myself, I was getting even till this morning, I was getting really pissed off at the thought of football being cancelled. I'll just play it behind closed doors. But then it sort of dawned. I think today was my day where it dawned on me, and I was like, look, we probably do need to cancel all sport, all social events, all concerts, everything for about 6 weeks. get hold of this, because we haven't got the medical National Health Service to deal with the amount of numbers that will happen if we get widespread infection. So we're just going to have to go into a different time for 6 weeks. And to be honest with you, you know what? We might look back on this in years to come and go, remember that time where everything shut down for 6 weeks? Maybe that's what's going to happen. Manchester United, the Champions League of 2019-20, says Tahar93. You do realise that cannot happen. And are you an innie or an outie, says Joe. I'm definitely an innie. And Barcode actually makes a very good point that I've heard before, because I don't profess to be an expert on this. He says that, just a little bit of info, if you had a virus with a very high kill rate, it wouldn't be very good at sustaining itself, because it would just kill people before it could spread. There you go. Yeah, but then again, that wasn't that one in Africa. That was like a 50% thing, and that spread quite wildly as well, because of the way it was, because it was more like sick and stuff, wasn't it? Well, 71 minutes, and I think we are getting to that point where we're starting to think that maybe we are going to see extra time with this. Poor show from Atletico Madrid. Really poor. I thought they would have a go, and they really aren't. People will panic buy, yeah. People will panic buy because they think that it's a bit like Christmas, isn't it? Because, oh, the shops are going to be shut and they're not going to have anything left, so people will panic buy. But the trouble with panic buying is you've got to panic buy sensibly, because if we run out of things, you can buy as much milk as you like, you can buy as much bread as you like, but it will go out of date. So you've got to buy crap like tinned fruit and tinned vegetables. Come on, Madrid, at least try and do something. This is boring as crap. Well, it's not. It is boring because Liverpool are just attack after attack. It's attack versus defence, and Atletico Madrid love this sort of thing. A Haunted Radio says, because of the climate in India, the virus isn't having much of an effect, and there are much worse flus than corona. In my opinion, so everything will be fine. It would just be typical in England that we've had one of the mildest winters we've ever had, and it stays cold forever. It'll probably start snowing in April. Roger Melly's stocked up on powdered egg. You can put your bread and your milk in the freezer. They do take up a lot of space though. Oh God, I've got... I do suffer with a bit of lower back pain, but to be honest with you, in recent years, the lower back pain's disappeared a lot, although I know this is the root cause. The problem is, I get down the back of my left thigh a real ache, which is a secondary problem to the lower back. But the lower back pain I can manage, but they call it sciatica down the back of the left thigh. It really does. That's why I have to stand up and stretch a lot. I'm not doing it. It's not a plea for help. Don't worry. It's all these exercises they give you. And actually, you can't stand in a shop and start doing that. But God, I want to sometimes because the pain's so bad, but you probably get locked up. Liam O'Neill says, people can be very selfish in tough times. Everyone needs to stick together. Well, yeah, what about the old people who haven't got loads of money and they can't afford to bulk buy? And then they go to the shop and the stuff they need isn't there. People are very selfish because the only way we're going to come through this is if people do work together. Atletico Madrid. Foul on Joe Gomez. You should have a standing set, says Jared G. Oh, yeah, but then if you've got a bad back and you stand up for ages, that really does hurt. So we will be doing a watch-along tomorrow, but it'll be on the United stand because it's United playing. So I will be doing a watch-along tomorrow, but it'll be on the United stand if you want to join us on there. Firmino into the box. To Salah to lay it off. He'll whip across in here. No, he won't. He'll go to Trent. Little dink. Terrible ball. He's not had a good game, Trent Alexander. Not Trent. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Getting a bit frustrated now. This game has been so boring second half, says George Wan. I know. I don't think I could watch. I genuinely, legitimately don't think I can watch half an hour more of this. It's boring. It needs to have an outcome. It's like, I don't want penalties and extra time. I really don't. I've got things I'd rather do than watch this go to extra time. You should lie in bed and do a watch along, says Mark. I'd fall asleep. Will Villa go down, says Tom Plays. I hate to say it, I think they will. I know I can't abandon it, Paul, but it's bloody dull. I think it's dull because I want Atletico Madrid to score, don't I? Obviously, I want Atletico Madrid to win, but they're just doing nothing to win it. All this game is about is trying to keep a clean sheet, and it's Liverpool trying to win the game. Come on, they've got a bit of a... Well, they're in their own half here. They've got nothing. There's no players forward for Atletico Madrid. How the hell are they going to score? They are not even trying to win it. Who's going to score Liverpool's winning goal, says Wilmer Biarban. Probably be Firmino if he's not scored at Anfield all season. Atletico Madrid are actually on the attack here. João Felix doesn't find the ball through. Wild shot there from Saul Niguez. That's another attack we won't see for about 50 minutes. João Felix hasn't played very well, by the way. Atletico can actually score if they tried attacking a little. They look dangerous when they're on Liverpool's side of the pitch, says Kazim Koch. Yeah, I agree. I think that they have knocked the ball about quite well when they've tried to do it, but as Liam O'Neill says, Atletico are just trying to scam a result here. I think Liverpool are gettable as well. I think if they just showed a little bit more, especially in these last 10 minutes, if you get the goal now, they're out. Liverpool would have to score 2 goals. Milner's warming up. We're getting into that point now, though. If either team scores, it's game over, isn't it? Decent whipped cross. Andrew Robertson clears it. And now Mane and Trippier has lost Mane, and Mane on the break. Nice little ball. Salah. Oh no, doesn't get it out his feet. Would I have Oblak at United, says Joshua Healy? Well, again, I'll show loyalty to the players that we've got. I wouldn't swap De Gea, I wouldn't swap Martial, I wouldn't swap Rashford. You know, I wouldn't swap Bruno. Like, you know, you've got to stick by your players, especially when you believe in them. But I'm not going to say Oblak's not a fantastic goalkeeper. He's probably the best goalkeeper in the world. That's cut back. That was a chance. Andy Robertson just didn't strike it correctly. Cut back to the edge of the box. He's running onto it. Just got to get your head over the ball, pick your spot, and he puts it over the bar. Didn't catch it well. Richard Imran says, I've just watched your video on the United stand. I must say, good question that United stand put out in the press conference. Yeah, really pleased that we got to ask some questions, and I think it was the best question. God, for anybody who doesn't like support United, we did a reaction to Ollie's press conference earlier, and having watched the press conference, 20 minutes of journalists asking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer about the virus. Like, no football questions, just all about that. Ridiculous. And I don't mind one question about it, but the same question asked by 5 different people in a different way. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Hi Mark, what happened to that bloke who did a vid with Saeed on the United stand saying he had 6 months contract with you to talk different sections of the fan base, says Ashley GR. No comment. Do you think Anfield looks similar to Old Trafford, says Peter Affleck? No. Wash your mouth out with soap and water. No, it doesn't. Not at all. What a shit second half. I can't lie. We're into the 82nd minute. Shambolic. Really poor. Atletico Madrid have been like this for years under Simeone. I feel I have to put a tweet out about it. Did it rain again today, Mark? Says Sean C. Not as much. It did rain a little bit, but not as much. Bloody hell, it's probably one of the first days it hasn't. Although, I've got to say, defensively, Atletico Madrid do look rather comfortable, don't they? Then again, so do Liverpool defensively. You can just see it's going to go to extra time, don't you? Do away goals count in extra time? So if it stays 1-0 but then Atletico Madrid scored, would it count? Liverpool still on the attack here. Mane's picked it up into Robertson. He ain't going to get there. Oh, he does. A take Priestley says their football is just so boring. Yeah, really, really boring. And Colwyn Harris says Diego Simeone has never lost in a Champions League knockout game against a side without Ronaldo. That's because they probably had played Ronaldo a lot. Well, overhead kick from Mane over the bar. Joe Burns says, opinion on Jude Bellingham joining United. As a Blues fan, I can say I'm devastated to see him go, and you have a real serious player on your hands. Yeah, I've spoken to a few Blues fans because I obviously live in that area, and yeah, I mean, you're going to lose him, aren't you? You're going to lose him. I hope he does come to United, but apparently it's a 3-horse race with Chelsea, United, and Dortmund. Fair play. Hopefully, United stand will help unite United fans. Says Ashley GR. Thank you very much. And ball over the top here. Oblak's got that. Not long left to go before we get into the extra time period. Still no answer on whether away goals would count in second into the extra time. Atletico Madrid have just got nothing going forward. They're irritating the crap out of me, this is now. Robertson, good cross, but easily defended with. So many men behind the ball for Atletico Madrid. Arya Shah says, well, who would you rather have win this? Atletico or Liverpool? Do I even have to answer that? There's a clue. Would I ever want Liverpool to win a game of football? Apparently they do count. The away goals do count in. So it'll be another bloody half an hour of Atletico Madrid having a chance to score a goal and knock Liverpool out, but not taking it because they want to do penalties. Salah. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was close. Cutting inside. Hit the shot. You could see it from behind the goal. It's heading towards the top corner, but it goes over. Craig Kalami says, favourite club to watch apart from United, and also do you watch UFC at all? Tons of great fighters from the UK. I don't, mate. It's a time thing for me. To invest in UFC would be a brand new thing for me to invest time into, and I don't have time to invest into the things I want to invest into away from football. Football just takes up so much of my time. Do the United stand and obviously do a lot of stuff on here as well, and yeah, it's just time. Time. Zed Jamie says, so much quality in that Madrid side and they play like this. Yeah. It's Simeone, it's the way he does things. It's not expansive. And if they end up losing anyway, what was the point? Salah, good block. Partey, good tackle by Milner. Henderson. Salah into the box. From Trent Alexander-Arnold on a corner. Felix has been disappointing, says Pip Tomlinson. Yeah, I think he didn't fancy the battle, did he? I don't think he fancied the battle. He started off all right, and then he had a couple of pushes from Trent and Van Dijk, and he's gone very, very within himself. Mane, another overhead kick, absolutely shit, over the bar. What do you think about the equal pay dispute between the men's and women's international teams in the US? Should teams be paid based on trophies or income, says Wyatt Owl. Look, I've got to be honest, I don't really have a major opinion on this. All I can do is have an observational opinion. And the reality is, if women's footballers want the same pay as men's footballers, it's probably going to be a flawed argument apart from equal opportunity pay, because it's not like two people doing the same job. You're both footballers, but the exposure men's football gets compared to women's football means that brands are going to pay bigger money. And it's not about, for me, that's not about gender. That's like, why do Manchester United get all the big brand deals and Bournemouth don't? Because there's more Manchester United fans. And I just think with women's football, I'm a big fan of women's football. My daughter plays, and I enjoyed watching the World Cup last summer. But if equal pay, if we're just doing it for equal rights, then we're just doing it for equal rights. But if we're doing it because of, it's raining now. I can bloody hear it. It's just started to rain again. Bloody hell. I think I think anybody with common sense can see that the men's game makes a lot more money. Now, do you want to subsidise it? I don't know whether that's what they're looking to do. So I don't really know loads about it, but that's just an observational thing, that surely women get paid less because of that. I'll never answer Rangers or Celtic, Alfredo, and I'm sure you've watched before, and I'm sure you've asked the same question before as well. So, red card for Emre Can in the other game. Trent Alexander-Arnold, decent cross. Mane get up into the 90th minute now. There's only going to be 2 minutes added on. Salah shoots straight at Oblak. Atletico Madrid are going to get extra time here. I'm going to have to go for a toilet break. I wasn't expecting this. And NBA or Women's NBA, WNBA. One is a sport, one is a joke. I like sports. I like jokes. Is Dwight Schrute quoting The Office. And Atletico need Dan James, says Kanye East. And Mark, did you want Liverpool to beat Arsenal's invincible record, says Jar Jar Banks? No. I mean, I think that I've always found the Arsenal invincible record hilarious anyway. So I don't think a team that draws 12 games can go down as a great team. I mean, they won the Invincibles, fair enough, but I don't think that makes you a great team just because you were unbeaten for a season. I mean, fair play, you got a gold trophy out of it, but I've seen the Premier League from start to finish. I'm old enough to have seen it from start to finish, and that is not even Arsenal's best side. Bit of an attack for Atletico Madrid here. João Felix not even wanting to attack, really. Well, they'll get a chance to put a cross into the box here, and I'll guarantee you they won't send many people forward. It's absolutely chucking it down with rain. You know some people say that's music to my ears. That's bleach to my ears. I'm fed up of the effing rain in this country. 6 months of non-stop rain will do that for you. On my life! He's offside. Sornaguez is offside. They thought they'd won it. Even Simeone thought they'd won it. The cross comes in. He heads it in and he's offside. And Atletico Madrid thought they'd done it and he was offside. As the cross comes in, he's absolutely miles off. What a prat. Why didn't you time your run better than that? I think the whole world for a moment thought that was it, which is why I didn't go, oh my God, he's done it, because he was offside. Oh, my life. It could have been, but it wasn't. Offside. Still 0-0, and it's gone to extra time as well now. Just stay onside, you bloody prat. Poor old Seamus Moore nearly had a heart attack. I don't know whether that was in relation to Liverpool, being a Liverpool fan, or being a fan of Liverpool going out. But it was offside. It was miles offside. It doesn't need to be VAR'd. Liverpool's line is absolutely spot on. It's absolutely chucking it down with rain. I'm trying to ignore it. Let's make me talk more, because I tell you what, rain to me will give me a heart attack. It gives me high blood pressure. I'm fed up to the back teeth of rain. I don't know what it is. I was saying this the other day. I don't know what it is about weather that absolutely irritates me, but rain winds the fuck up out of me at the moment. I cannot deal with it. It's like it's one of my biggest irritants. Rain. You know what it is? People aren't bothered about rain. When you play amateur football, or when your kids play amateur football, and they've hardly played football for 6 months because all the pitches are waterlogged, after so many months, it actually starts to depress you. And it actually starts to grind you down. So this week, it wasn't forecast to rain this week, and already we've had a day and a half of heavy rain. So I was thinking, on Saturday, we might actually get a match. And today it was quite bright, quite dry, quite windy. I'm thinking the ground might, if we get a couple more days like this, we'll play on Saturday. Tonight, it's pissing it down with rain again. So that's why it irritates me. It's not irrational. So we've got another half an hour of this. And JT Music loves the rain. I've never liked the rain. I think for me, when it comes to ranking weather, which I never thought I would be doing on this show, ranking weather, to me, rain is the worst. I hate rain. Wind is quite irritating as well, because I used to hate playing football in the wind. You know when you hit a long ball and it comes back over you? Like, have you ever done that? And I'm not even talking about one of those little crappy shoot beach ball things that are just like kicking a balloon. I'm talking about a proper mitre delta football. You know, you're playing as the last man. You're trying to clear your lines. You boot it perfectly. You watch it go up in the air and then you watch it loop back over your head. And you're like, I hate wind. So I don't like rain. I don't like wind. I love frost. I love a good frost. The sun's fine. I don't even mind overcast. Snow, I can deal with that as well. But rain, wind, get in the bin. You know something serious has happened when Mark shouts, "Oh my life," says Nova. That it could have been that moment. You sound thrilled about extra time, says Ryan in the Hawk. I'm settled in now, but to be honest with you, is anybody thrilled about extra time? Is anybody thrilled about extra time? I think we're losing half an hour of a life that we could be watching Netflix having a bath for the inevitable Liverpool. So, to be honest with you, I would rather Liverpool had won it in 90 minutes than to spend another half an hour watching this game for Liverpool to win it anyway, because I don't see how Atletico Madrid are going to win this game. They are basically playing for penalties to rely on Oblak, but Adrian could save penalties as well. And actually Liverpool have got the better penalty takers, because Firmino, Mane and Salah are decent. Like, Atletico Madrid's team is full of midfielders and defenders. Thoughts on who the top 6 sides in the Premier League will be, says Pricey. Well, it might well be the top 6 at the moment. Rangers versus Celtic watch along. Wouldn't have thought so. No one would watch it. And PSG have won and they have gone through. Thanks everyone who's updating us on that. I just need to reset this now because we will be starting second half. Do you think that there is any possibility that a big Premier League team goes down, says Benjamin Morgan? I think it's harder and harder for it to happen. Trippier's gone off for Atletico Madrid. Selco's come on. You get it from Selco. It's where the trade go. Selco. I don't think that's how you pronounce his name, but that's what I'm going to call him. Please do subscribe if you're new. One positive is we might get to 128,000. I'll check where we are with that in a minute, but please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, and the second half is up and running. So let's just buckle up for Liverpool having another domination of this half. Mark, do you think Wijnaldum is one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, says Joel Morris? I do think he's a little bit like Herrera was, and I think he's sort of like Liverpool's Herrera. The way he's underrated by everybody else, but he's invaluable to them. Liverpool on the attack, by the way, as you'd expect. Halder Hader says, Dortmund are out. What does that mean to Manchester United? Nothing at the moment. To be honest, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Sancho, aren't you? But they'll be in the Champions League next year. I think United need... I think Sancho's going to leave anyway, isn't he? So it's about where Sancho goes. Right, let's have a look how many subscribers we have got. We are 70 subscribers away from 128,000. So bottom right hand corner, if you've not subscribed, please do, and that number will change in extra time, which could be the most exciting thing about this half an hour. So you know, let's although Liverpool are on the attack here, yeah, the most Wijnaldum, lovely reverse pass, good save by Oblak. He's come back to him again. That's the goal. Oh, Firmino's shit, isn't he? He's proper crap. Wijnaldum put the cross in, and he put it on Firmino's head, level with the 6-yard box, and you know what he's gone and done? He's gone and headed it, flicked it wide. How easy was the chance, you say? Pretty... Well, it's a bit above him, but you'd expect him to do better with that. I'm just doing the timer now, don't worry. Yeah, we're running now. 3 minutes in. Type timer if you support Liverpool. I've never had a deep fried Mars bar. Goal for Liverpool. There it is. I told you, we've wasted it. We've absolutely wasted our lives. They've literally scored within 3 minutes of the extra time. What was the point in Atletico Madrid defending all game to go to extra time and lose it? You could have lost it in 90 minutes. Like, you've wasted everybody's life. Even Liverpool fans have lost half an hour of their life because Simeone is a park the bus twat. Like, what is the point? We've seen this coming all bloody game. And as I said, if I didn't want Liverpool to lose, I would have wanted them to win, because this anti-football crap is absolutely disgusting. And to just sit parking the bus the whole game and then basically playing for penalties from minute one, they deserve to go out. Like I say, it's only because I don't want Liverpool to win because I'm a United fan. In any other scenario, I'd be like, yeah, fair fucks, because they are a disgrace, Atletico Madrid. They're an absolute disgrace. So, you know what? Football's winning. It's just a shame it's Liverpool, because Atletico Madrid, disgusting tactics today. Absolutely disgusting. And now they'll have to attack. So, but I think Liverpool will keep attacking and just go and try and kill the game now. So, it's just a total waste of our time, isn't it? Knobheads. Anti-football knobheads. And I've got no sympathy for you, Atletico Madrid. You are a disgrace to football in your approach to football. And if I was a fan, I wouldn't hero worship Simeone. He's a cheat who got David Beckham sent off. And as a manager, he's right up there with Mourinho. Boring, boring, boring. 2-0 to Liverpool. And Atletico Madrid, shambolically boring. Yeah, you got it. Mikey Barrett says that anti-football is not a thing, Mark. That's the beauty of the game. There are many different ways you can play the game. Mikey, that's the beauty of the game. You can have an opinion on it, and I think that it's anti-football because it's boring and shit. So that's my opinion on it. And you run the risk, if you play this style of football, of being called anti-football, whether you think that's fair or not. Oh! Atletico Madrid have scored! I take it all back! They got the away goal! Atletico Madrid have scored! It's a poor pass out from the back, but the finish is marvellous. And oh, I tell you what, we've got a game on now. Atletico Madrid have got the away goal. It still means Liverpool go and get another goal and they're fine, but we're back where we were 5 minutes ago. But what we are in a situation is, if Liverpool don't score, they are out because of the away goal. So it's 2-1. It's Adrian with a bad kick. He passes it. He kicks it to João Felix. The pass then goes to... And he is onside. I think it's... Is it Llorente who scores? Lovely. Adrian's double error there. Mark, what do you do? What did you do for your stag do, says Elliot Horton. We'll come back to that. But a couple of errors there from Adrian. A pass out that was awful. And then he gets his positioning awful as well. And it is Llorente who scores. And it's 2-1 to Atletico Madrid. No, it's not. It's 2-1 to Liverpool. But Atletico Madrid are in the box seat now. It's not offside. No way is it offside. Still plenty of time for Liverpool, but to be fair to you, all those people who were saying I don't want extra time, and there was me saying I think it might be quite good. We've had 2 goals in less than 10 minutes, and it is 2-1 to Liverpool, but it's that goal that could change this game. Still plenty of time for Liverpool. As I said, the scenario is still the same, that if they score a goal, they're through. But if they don't score a goal, they're going to be out because we've now got that away goal. So I wouldn't be getting too cocky if I was an Atletico Madrid fan. There's still time for Liverpool to absolutely lay siege to the Atletico Madrid goal. But JJ Powell says, what were you saying about Simeone? I still think Simeone is a very negative person. That goal doesn't come from Atletico Madrid. It comes from Adrian. Adrian's got the assist, hasn't he? Or Adrian, or whatever his bloody name is. A lot of you are getting very excited about this. I'm going to keep it on the down low here. I think there's plenty of time for Liverpool to get that third goal and level it up. Maybe even get that Liverpool thing on the go. Cross comes in. Oh, cross. Andrew Robertson's got it. Why do I call him Andrew Robertson? Henderson, back post. Cleared. Salah over the bar. Goal kick. It's not 2-2. I'm just going to... The reason I'm clicking away is because everybody who's putting 2-2, I'm just going to block you from the channel. So, very easy. It's a goal kick at the moment, so there's nothing else to do. So, I'll just take my time blocking the lot of you and your fake scores. But you shouldn't believe the fake scores anyway, because I'm pretty much second for second with it anyway. So we've got 5 minutes of this half left. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll check in a minute and see if we've hit 128,000. But we've had a couple of goals. Ooh, Oblak didn't get near that. Breaking news, Juventus defender Reggiani found positive for the virus, says Zed Jamie. I knew this was going to happen. I knew we'd get a footballer who got the virus. I mean, Juventus are still in the Champions League, aren't they? So that's well, Serie A is already shut down, but Juventus won't be playing their second leg in the Champions League. That was a matter of time, though, wasn't it? That was absolutely a matter of time before a player tested positive. I mean, it's going to happen in England as well. Juventus defender tested positive for you-know-what, says Queen in the North. Thanks for the super chat. There's been a dry up of super chats, actually, haven't there? I mean, where are the super chats? I mean, I don't beg for them, but seriously, come on. We've been live for a long time on this. We've had to endure it. But, yeah, so, I mean, that doesn't surprise me, if I'm honest with you. Away goals do count in extra time. The clock isn't wrong because we're 7 minutes into the first half. We're 13 minutes into the first half of extra time. So, yes, I don't have a timer that does 102 minutes or anything like that. Hey, Lindsay Isaac, I did. Well done. Still 15 minutes to go. I mean, Liverpool will be nervous here. João Felix comes off. Morata comes on. I don't think Felix has had a very good game. He can claim an assist, but to be honest, I think Morata will do more than Felix. He's not done very well at all. Jude Hindy says, come on, Liverpool. It's way too early to start. To be honest, until the whistle blows, I wouldn't get too excited about this. I actually wanted Llorente to come to United, says Dane Gideon. I remember there was talk about him coming on loan, wasn't there? And yeah, it's... Let's have a look. Atletico Madrid have got the ball up in the right end of the half at the moment, and we're coming to the end of the first half. Liverpool are... You know what Liverpool are like, though, this season? Their whole season is based on hard work and graft, so... here you are, Mark. Hope the pool go out, says Keane O'Flaherty 98. Thanks, pal. Got a lot of people talking about this virus for Rijani. I mean, I suppose it's quite big because it's a celebrity footballer in a way, but it's a goal! All my life! They're going out! Llorente has made it 2, and Liverpool now, let me get my maths right, Liverpool now are in massive trouble. They're 2-3 down on the night. They need 2 goals in 15 minutes. Atletico Madrid have levelled it up to 2-2 in extra time. It's 2-2, but it's 2-3 on the night. And more importantly, Atletico Madrid have got 2 away goals. And Liverpool are looking stunned. Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, you boys are taking one hell of a beating. It's Ian Rush, Ray Houghton, John Aldridge. You're taking one hell of a beating tonight. Llorente runs at Gomez. It's round Henderson. What a finish as well. That's poor defending from Liverpool. They've got 3 players back, but the finish is fantastic. He's hit 2 really great shots tonight. Am I glad this lad didn't come to Manchester United on loan in January, because he's done far better work staying where he is. And Simeone has well and truly shithoused his way to this. I can say that with total and utter conviction. He has done that. Liverpool will be fuming if they go out, because if it wasn't for Llorente, I think Liverpool would be cruising. But they're not. They're losing. But I still don't think they're going out for definite. I think they're heading out. I definitely think they're heading out. But I don't think they're definitely going out because Liverpool could get 2 goals in this game. I think the second half of this extra time is going to be very, very, very interesting. But Atletico Madrid have put a cat amongst the pigeons, and that cat has mauled the pigeons. But Liverpool sort of do need, if they get 1, then they'll just lay siege for the second one. And remember, anybody who says this is done, Mark, remember, I am a Manchester United fan with lots and lots of experience. And I'll tell you what, Manchester United were going to win a Premier League title going into injury time, and Manchester City needed to score 2 goals against QPR. They did it in 4 minutes. So Liverpool can definitely do it in 15. There's plenty of time left yet. But what a set of what a game. What a game it's been. In extra time. And that is the end of that first half. So what are we thinking now? You know what? I genuinely was going to just not watch extra time. I was like, screw you. You've been a shit game. I can't be arsed. And Liverpool are going to probably just end up with the league, which they'll be absolutely happy with. Sorry, I'm just doing something. Ooh, tell you what, that's half time. Football's a funny old game, isn't it? Football is a funny, funny old game. It really, 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 really is. And Liverpool here, staring down the barrel of defeat. Is it raining there? Wait, it's the fans' tears, says Michael Rain. Funnily apt there. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. I'm just going to stop the timer here because we are... surely we won't see penalties. We can't see penalties now. We can't see a penalty shootout now. I'm officially hearing that, even though I've got nothing in my ear. We cannot see a penalty shootout because away goals come into play. At this moment in time, Atletico Madrid are 3-2 up on aggregate. If Liverpool were to get 1 more, Liverpool go out. If Liverpool get 2 more, Liverpool go through. We will not see a penalty shootout in this game now. But what we are going to see is a very, very interesting last 15 minutes. Have Liverpool shot their load? Have they basically run out of energy? They'll get over the line with the Premier League, but have they got nothing left for FA Cups and Champions League? Last week we saw them knocked out by Chelsea in the FA Cup. Tonight we could see them knocked out of the Champions League. A team that very much looked like they were heading towards a treble, an invincible season, could now just walk out with the Premier League. They may not even get that if football is suspended. They could end up... Imagine that. Imagine how Liverpool fans are feeling right now that everything could be off the table in relation to what's going on in the wider world. But with regards to the season in general, the most they'll get is the Premier League. Now, look, Liverpool fans would take that. Liverpool fans would bite your hands off for a league title. But there's no doubt that it ain't going their way at the moment. Doesn't Klopp wish he took the FA Cup more seriously, says Ryan Locke. And advice to get into my MRI... John T. Clare, I'm not even going to read that, but there we go. Who put the ball in the Scousers' net? Poch in next, says Jenks1102. We're about to kick off for the second half. Liverpool made a couple of substitutions. Origi's coming on and Fabinho is coming on. I presume Jordan Henderson. And we're off for the second half here. Shit. Well, I think this is going to be a rip-roaring second half. So waiting for the... Yeah. Liverpool on the attack here. They need 2 goals in 15 minutes, minimum. If Atletico Madrid score again, they probably need more than that. But at the moment, they need 2 goals minimum. Cross cleared. Atletico Madrid are going to have to defend magnificently well because Liverpool are going to lay siege. And my geography of Anfield's not that great, but I think Liverpool are attacking the Kop, which is significant. It's like United attacking the Stretford end. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Everybody's welcome on this channel, of course. Lots and lots of watch-alongs and match chat and topical stuff. And if football does get cancelled, by the way, we'll be doing Football Manager and FIFA Career Modes on here just to keep us all sane. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, get involved in the chat. And Atletico Madrid have got the bus parked now. I don't know how wise that is. Oh, cross comes in from Mane, across the ground. Oblak palms it out. An Atletico Madrid player is first to clear it. It could have felt anybody there. It could have felt anywhere. George Kyle says, Juve player with the virus. Thanks, George. And Rajani from Juventus has the virus, says Kings. Yep, a lot of people talking about that. Look, he should be fine. He's not in that at-risk category. But the thing is, will Ronaldo get it now? He could be the most high-profile one, and then Messi will get it just to say he's got it. Party to United, please, says Galamo Aniab. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? He really has. Liverpool may not win any proper trophies this year, says Ashley GR. And it's a corner to Liverpool, is it? Yeah. So Liverpool have got Firmino, Salah, Origi, Mane all on. And a corner here. Cleared. See, if Liverpool get a goal now, there's still 13 minutes to go. You'd fancy them to get a second. Doubting Thomas says 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to not concede 2 goals. Easy work for Simeone. It's all Liverpool at the moment, which is what you expect. I always hate this, I always hate it when the team you want to win is just defend, 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 defend. You just feel like it's just the clock is going so slow. Mane, that was a complete and utter dive. You're going to have to get up. There's nobody up front for Liverpool, for Atletico. Salah loses it. What are your thoughts on Bolton, says Cameron Caffrey. I can honestly say, until you said what are your thoughts on Bolton, I've never even had a thought on Bolton. So that sort of answers your question, doesn't it? Another corner. About now, Liverpool need one of those VAR things, don't they? That would cross from Liverpool, corner. Mane, good save. Or was it a foul anyway? It's not gone in. Offside. Or the ball had gone out. Still not even had 5 minutes. Although that's gone quite quick, hasn't it? That's why I'm looking at the live comments so much, because I'm just like, if I read your comments out, I know that reading a comment takes anywhere between 5 and 10 seconds, thinking about it, answering it. If I do plenty of those. Cryfix says I've got to sell Rajani on my career mode now. It shows you how widespread the spread is in Italy, though. It's far higher than the 10,000 cases they said they've got. They've got way more than that. Absolutely. There will be a watch-along on the United stand tomorrow night, yes, for United versus Lask Lynx, is it? Oblak or Prime De Gea, says George Broadway. I mean, he's been brilliant, hasn't he, Oblak, tonight? I've got to say, I think Oblak's the best goalkeeper in the world, and that's not a new thing. A lot of people have felt that for a while. I mean, I'm going to stay De Gea because he's my club player, isn't he? De Gea was absolutely fantastic for Manchester United. Lewis United says, get the channel to 130,000. Love the videos. Always brighten up my day. Well, thanks everyone who's joined us on this one. It's been a bit like a marathon, isn't it? You know, we've had to endure it, but the last bit of it has been very rewarding. But it could have a kick in the teeth yet. Salah, very strong. Lays it off. Robertson to Origi. He's scored some big goals in the past. He's not going to do it that time. It's interesting, though, from a Liverpool point of view, because you will get Liverpool fans and they will say these things. They'll say, well, you know what, if you'd told us we were going to win the league at the start of the season, we would have took it. And I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But I also know what it's like when you're a winner, you get greedy. And I remember Manchester United in years when we were going to win the league, and then we got knocked out of the Champions League, and you almost became dismissive of the league. You were like, well, I wanted to win the Champions League as well, because you're greedy. And I think when Liverpool, the invincible record went, that pissed them off. I think when they went out the FA Cup, that annoyed them. And I think if they go out the Champions League, it will annoy them. Yes, they're going to win the league, and they've not won the league for 30 years, so they're going to be very happy when that happens. But they will be pissed off about this, because they are the holders of this tournament as well, and it's an opportunity gone again. But it just shows you that at times, even I thought Liverpool were going to be invincible, win the treble. And is this a surprise, really? You get to the business end, you get 3 quarters into the season, and they've run out of gas. I think this result is irrelevant because the Champions League won't be finished anyway this season, unfortunately, says Pip Tomlinson. Well, you know my theory on that, Pip. I think that what should happen here is we should just suspend football for a couple of months, cancel the Euros, and then finish the season and let it run into June. How can a goalie choose number 13 to wear? It's crazy, says Mark Whitton. Because he's that good. He even lets bad luck come on in. Minamino's coming on now. Surely this is 4 subs for Liverpool. Oh, you can make a 4th sub, can't you? I was going to say it's their 4th sub. Firmino's come off and Minamino's come on. But you can make 4 subs. They brought off... trying to think of the subs they've made. Fabinho's come on, Origi's come on, and I'm pretty sure somebody else came on for them as well. Cross comes in. Who are the subs that Liverpool have made? Origi's come on. Fabinho's come on. Minamino's come on. Or maybe it is their 3rd sub then. Oh, Milner came on as well, didn't he? That'll be a goal kick. I think a few Liverpool players look injured as well. Mane looks like he's struggling. Robertson looks like he's struggling. So they've got a few players that are playing pretty tired here. And Liverpool are running out of time. Japanese Jesse Lingard, says Donny Anessa. Minamino was pretty decent at Salzburg though, wasn't he? Mr. Mabubu says, do you think that most teams have found Liverpool's tactics out? No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that at all. I think that the bottom line is that Liverpool have... I mean, Simeone's team has pretty much shithoused their way to this, haven't they? Let's be honest. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. You know, Liverpool will probably look at this and think we could have done a little bit better ourselves, but they have shithoused their way to it. Especially that second half, it was dreadful. But Simeone's done it again, hasn't he? Mane with a shot there, just wide. We ain't got long. I mean, can Liverpool do it now? I wouldn't have thought so. 5 minutes to go. 2 goals in 5 minutes. But as I said, we're getting into that arena now where, as a United fan, I remember turning that game on. I refused to watch it. I thought Man City are definitely going to beat QPR. United beat Sunderland. We're going to win the league. City need 2 goals in stoppage time, and they got 2 goals in stoppage time. So I've seen these things happen before. Another corner. Cleared. Switch the play to Minamino into Salah, who's been disappointing tonight, Salah. But they'll get a chance to whip across in here. They need to be scoring from this. What a defensive header that is. And that'll be a foul on Oblak by Milner. And that won't help Liverpool's cause. So that'll be a foul. Cross came in. Brilliant defensive header this is. Up against Van Dijk. And then Oblak goes up in the air against Milner. And that's a foul by Milner. He's got absolutely no chance of getting that ball. Please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we've got nearly 9,000 people watching. So I think we're on the cusp of something pretty big here that not a lot of people expected. Even when Atletico Madrid were taking that 1-goal lead from Spain, I didn't think that Liverpool... I mean, when you consider what Liverpool have done over the years, when you think about what Liverpool did to Barcelona, who came with a bigger lead last season, you thought Liverpool are going to get their groove on, they'll get Anfield up, they'll get this done. And from getting the job done, from getting 2-0 up at the start of this extra time, remember, it went to extra time at 1-0, Liverpool scored quite quickly to make it 2-0, and then Atletico Madrid have gone and scored 2 goals, and Liverpool have just looked flattened since then. They've tried, they've huffed and they've puffed, but they've not been able to blow that Atletico Madrid house down. It's been an amazing evening, and I wouldn't say it's been a tactical masterclass from Simeone. I think that it's really Llorente has been the player that's turned this all around, because the first goal, which changed the game, comes from a goalkeeping error twice from Adrian, as far as I'm concerned. Then the second goal is just individual brilliance from Llorente. So, yes, of course, you expect Atletico Madrid to defend well, but their goals have come from something very different. And Trent Alexander-Arnold there is just being an absolute idiot. He's been a bit of an idiot all night, Trent Alexander-Arnold, to be honest with you. He's been a bit of a hothead. And, mate, you may as well have it tattooed to your forehead, the L. You can get all angry now, but you're going out, mate. So you started that in the first half with João Felix. You've not had a very good game, and you're going out. So you can get all angry, but the win is going to the opposition, pal. You've got to learn to control your temper. Very angry. I can relate to that. I'd be doing the same. I would never be wearing a Liverpool shirt, but I don't. Of the Champions League, the holders are going out, which for me, if we're going to see a completed Champions League, this Salah, Mane looks injured to me, by the way. I don't know who Liverpool have got at the week. Oh, they've got the Manchester derby. They've got the Liverpool derby on Monday night. Two minutes added on, but Morata is through. He could make it 3. And he has! He's made it 3-0! Atletico Madrid make it 3-0. And Liverpool, well, the scoreline will say 2-4. The scoreline will say Atletico Madrid won in Liverpool. I love this game, says JT Music FTW. I tell you what, it's done. It's done. Liverpool are out. You're going to win the league title, but you've lost your Champions League. You've lost your Invincibles. You've lost your treble. You were never good enough. Never good enough, that's the bottom line. Run totally out of steam. And I'll say what I say again. I think Liverpool this season have been fantastically good. I just wish their blip had happened earlier, because since that Watford result, it's almost like they've lost that invincibility. They've lost it, and they've become vulnerable. And even at the weekend against Bournemouth, they could have. I know they won, but they might not have done. They've absolutely lost it. But that relentless form that they showed between the start of the season and February, that magnificent form, has meant that they will win the league. But I just wish we'd seen a bit of this in October, November time, because Liverpool can be got at, but they've got enough points now to obviously win the league. But they won't be winning anything else. They won't be winning anything else this season. Is this United versus City again? Simeone learning from Ollie? I think it would be the other way round. Simeone's been shithousing people for a lot longer than Ollie's been doing it. The ref will be blowing up in a minute. Anfield empties. I don't think they do fan cams at Liverpool, do they? But poor performance from Liverpool, really. Simeone can't believe it. He's ecstatic. He's absolutely ecstatic. And that's it. Or no, is it? Or is it? Yes, the players are on the pitch. The coaches are on the pitch. And Liverpool are out of the Champions League. What a watch-along it has been tonight. Absolutely stunning. I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think it was happening. And I think this is why football's such a great game. Because on the balance of play, Simeone has done what Simeone does. And if it wasn't for Llorente, I don't think Liverpool would be out. I don't. And I think Adrian's got a part to play in that. But this is the great thing about football. It's never done. It's never over, because things can happen. And from 2-0 up at the start of extra time, literally just right at the start they scored that second goal, Liverpool end up letting 3 goals in half an hour and losing 3-2. They are out. They are out of the Champions League as holders. They will they will go on and win the league, but they won't be winning the Champions League. They will not obviously be winning the FA Cup. They will walk out of this season with the Premier League trophy, and Liverpool fans will lick their wounds and they'll be very, very happy with that. But what could have been won't be. Liverpool are out of the Champions League, and they'll be disappointed with that tonight. They didn't really get that momentum going. They didn't really get the crowd going in the first 20 minutes, and they couldn't break down a team that defended very, very well. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Smash a like on the video. We've got plenty of content coming up. Everybody's welcome on here. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you soon. And the United Stand preview and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer press conference about Pogba is on the United Stand channel. And we'll be doing United versus Linz tomorrow night on there as well. So you can join me there for that if you want. Cheers everyone. Really enjoyed it. And I'll speak to you all soon.